If you were to bite off a kneecap, how would it look?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Yeah! And good morning to you. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network. You can listen on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and of course, our app, which is available for download right now. So make sure you get that in your phone. My name is Stick. To my right this morning,
it's Jeff.
It is Jeff.
Again.
It's Jeff again.
Juicy Jeff.
And to my left this morning,
Joey, good morning there. Let's have a good day.
all right. And then if we look over in producer land, we see Alex. Hello, Alex. And then Fish is frantically working on getting his headphones on. So hopefully we
I gotta use some beat-up headphones. I don't know what people did with them yesterday.
We bought you headphones, Fish. Where are they?
I don't know where they are. Your guess is as good as mine.
You're supposed to keep your headphones with you everywhere. That's the number one rule in any broadcasting. You never leave your headphones in the studio, Fish.
Yep.
Well,
Now
I
you
trust people. My bad for trusting people.
Don't trust people.
Don't trust anybody, especially around headphones. And that quarter-inch adapter, man. Those things are like gold. But there we go. That is who's in the building this morning. Thank you guys for waking up with us. Make sure you drop where you're listening from and watching from right now in the chat so we can just see. Yesterday we had some dude in Paris watching, which was pretty cool. Global, baby. We're global. Let's get right into it, though. Lions training camp yesterday. There was some fights.
Yeah.
What did you say?
That's exactly what I said yesterday.
What did you say? You said expect fights. Don't be shocked when you see fights happening because all that means is they're working it out. It's a brand new team, a lot of people that are fighting for positions, and that's what you love to see.
Yeah, it's the competitive attitude you want to see, especially when you're trying to instill a new culture. Like, this isn't new, guys. Around the league, there's already a couple fights yesterday. There was the New York Giants one.
Dude, that Giants fight got out of control.
Where Daniel Jones ended up on bottom of the dog pile. So at least Jared Goff wasn't on the bottom of this dog pile. But hey, man, it's just getting those juices going again. That's all.
Yeah, see, and that's where I want to draw the line. Like, what happened with the Giants yesterday is not what I want to see. Like, I don't want to see an all-out gang war, dudes shanking each other in the locker room, like our starting quarterback on the bottom of the pile. But what we saw here in Detroit was two rookies going at it, and that's exactly what you want to see because you're fighting for that competitive edge and you're fighting just to, make the team better. And Dan Campbell, he's about it, but he's also not about it, which, because you can't be. Like, you can't be like, yeah, everybody fight each other.
Sit back there and watch.
But
good hit.
Right. But at the same time, he's like, yeah, okay, not bad. He said, I want to see guys compete. I want to see them go all the way to the point where it's almost an all-out brawl, but we're not getting to that. Like it's so heated, it's so hot. Guys are trying to win so badly, we get better. I think the only way you really get better, there's such a fine line between we took it too far and the guys are getting hurt and we're out of control, but yet if you don't push it to almost that point, you really won't get where you need to get, in my opinion, in this league. To be competitive at the very highest level, that's what I'm looking for. And so Amon-Ra St. Brown and Fatu went at it yesterday. So, are you guys cool with fighting in camp?
It all depends. Obviously the fight that we saw there yesterday is not something that we ever want to see here in Detroit, but, fight is a wrong word. Like, I'm never going to say, yes, fight in practice, but, if you're competing, if it's all in a competitive nature, I'm all for it.
And it's not, nothing unfamiliar to other sports. Like in the NBA, there's fights in practice. Like guys that want to compete and go at it, especially in football, like two rookies, a rookie corner, rookie wide receiver, like it doesn't get better than that. Like those guys are going to go at each other's throats and make each other better. So I'm not surprised they got heated, but like you don't want to see the guys where, helmets are being thrown like Myles Garrett out there. Like,
right.
As long as it's, you're shoving each other, you get a little heated, so what? But you heard Joe Judge, the guy doesn't like his fights. Dan Campbell, I like how he responds. He's like, listen, I don't want fights, but hey, if it gets the competitive juices flowing, man, these guys are competing. Like, I'll allow it. Like, Joe Judge, he's a complete opposite. Like, certain coaches are like, no fighting at all. I don't want no fighting at all. But, hey, man, you got to let these guys compete. You know what I mean? If you're just letting everyone buddy to start the season, like, you got to get some momentum going to start the season. Like, especially if you're two rookies, that's even better.
Right. Dan Campbell was talking about his rookie season and how, like, the first fight that he almost got in camp, it was Howard Cross was a guy that had been in the league 11 years, and he came up to Dan Campbell and he goes, hey, rookie. He's like, you ready? And Dan's like, yeah, I'm ready. And he was like, yeah, I'm ready. And he says, okay, when things go down, make sure you have my back. So, like, they were already kind of, like, premeditating the fights in camps. And, you know, Dan, obviously, that's a guy you would want on your side in a fight.
I was going to say, he probably saw the size of Dan Campbell and was like, listen, you got my back, right? Like, I just want to make that sure, because the guy's like 6'5".
I bet you this happens at all camps, all practices, because even going back to my high school days at Brother Rice, we used to always have some little small fights like that. But it's not fights, oh, I hate you, I'm trying to kill you. It's fights, hey, I want this position, we're going to compete, and you ain't going to walk away with this without me whooping your ass.
Yeah, I love that it was rookies and not veterans.
Yeah.
Like, rookies, you know, they're young, they're hungry, they're out there trying to punch each other in the mouth. Veterans, you see that, it's like, damn, man, what the hell? Like you're already established in the league. You don't need to be fighting anybody. So it was an interesting day yesterday at camp. Unfortunately, we didn't get video of this fight.
I was looking for it.
So was I. Everywhere.
You know damn well we had video. They said, oh, this cannot get out there.
Yeah, but even like one of the fans could have had it somewhere, you know, but I could not find the video of the fight anywhere. And I would love to see that New York Giants fight, too.
I was going to say, because they got that on video, so I'm surprised they didn't get this little the skirmish on video between Ifedi and Amon-Ra. I'm surprised.
Yeah, well, maybe our hush crew for the Lions is a lot better. Like, get those videos out of here. But Dan Campbell was also talking yesterday about who on the team he would use as an enforcer, and I loved his response here.
I was going to sign a player to do that. Or we're saying this player's already on this roster? It'd probably be Cabinda. Probably be like, hey, Cabinda, why don't you go over there and just, you know, just slap that guy right in the head after the play. Probably be Cabinda. I think Cabinda would do it. But it'd be like, all right, I got you.
You could tell he's got a favorite already.
And I love that about, especially Dan, but hey, Cabinda, that man, you don't play around with Cabinda. Like, he is quiet. He's a big-ass dude. And it's nice to see, like, hear him say, finally, we get an enforcer. You know what I mean? Like, if someone fucks with Goff, you know, we call up Cabinda. All right, he's the perfect guy for it. I love how Dan said that.
Yeah, you also got Panay Sewell on that line, too.
Yeah,
that could definitely be
too.
an enforcer. I guess Panay had to carry the pads yesterday as a rookie. And, you know, like, you're the #1 pick. Like, you're carrying pads. But he was like, no, it's all a part of serving the system and doing it. So I love that attitude out of the rookie, too.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're going to be out there going head-to-head, and that's the best part about where we're at right now. We have, especially for our situation, I feel like we have so many young rookies that are competing and actually have a potential to be out there on the field getting some good playing time.
Yeah, well, we got Herman Moore coming up later on the show. He's going to call in around 9:30, and he's been out
texted me, actually.
Oh,
Make
nice.
sure we're good.
He's been out at camp a couple days, so I want to really get his opinion on what these rookie wide receivers look like.
Yeah, that I feel like is the biggest thing. I mean, obviously our defensive core is something we all got our eyes on, but when you look at our receiving core, I mean, giving Jared Goff a fair opportunity in his first season with the Lions, that's all that's dependent, because, I mean, we got the running backs, we definitely got the tight ends, so that's all we're missing.
Yeah, from what I hear, Goff's been impressing his teammates, too. Like, that's what everybody's been saying, man. His arm strength is good. The way he reads the defense is good. So we're getting positive feedback. At least he's not throwing, like, 5 picks in a row.
Oh, we got to get Corey Woods on the show, our Lions insider here at Woodward Sports, because did you see his blog and how he started it off saying Jared Goff not looking so hot to begin?
Yeah.
We got to get his take on that to see what he is seeing out there at training camp.
Yeah, well, that's the sad part right now about Corey is training camp. Like the press conference is going on right now, and then pretty much right at 8:30, 9 o'clock, they start practice. And by that time, Corey's been doing his thing. So make sure you're checking in throughout the day on Woodward Sports for all the updates from Corey. And make sure you follow us on social media at Woodward Sports because, you know, you'll get the updates before anybody else.
But before that, though, I want to know how I could get a little saving on my Coast Portland stick, because you're always bragging about Coast Portland.
You want to do that now?
I love my Coast Portland knives.
I do love my Coast Portland knives. But before we get to that, let's talk about what Dan Campbell drinks every morning.
Oh, this is even better. Honestly,
he's built different.
But that's the thing I see with Dan Campbell is I feel like he does have that Coast Portland knife on him at all times.
Yes, yeah, just to bite off kneecaps. But yeah, here's Dan Campbell talking about his coffee drink that he drinks every morning.
Well, normally what I do is I'll get 2 venti. I go to, Starbucks, I get 2 venti of the pipe with 2 shots in them. So black eye in both. That's what I come in with. That's how I start the day, so.
So obviously, we got to tell this dude about Birmingham roast, first of all. And, they got strong coffee there. But, yeah, Dan Campbell, that is a healthy order to start the day.
The way he starts it off, too, like just saying the way he ordered, yeah, literally like you feel the energy with him at all times. And this guy's honestly, I never thought I would say I care about somebody's Starbucks order. I care about Dan Campbell's Starbucks order.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not a big Starbucks guy, but just hearing his order, you know what? If that's what you got to do to be like that, man, count me in.
Yeah, tap me in right now. I'll take it right here, right in the veins, baby. So Dan Campbell, that's how he's always ready to attack the day. And, can you imagine coming into practice to that guy just juiced up off of caffeine like that? Like, oh, yeah!
That's why there's fights at practice. He gets you all amped up.
Right? So Dan Campbell, he's going to lead the team today, and we'll get more feedback, like you said, from Corey and see how camp is going. I'm excited. Everybody's excited about this team, but we still got to win some games come season time. That's the biggest thing. We're all having fun right now, but if they don't win games, this whole party will end quickly.
Yeah, Starbucks, we're not going to give a shit about it.
No,
if we're like 1 in 16, we're mad.
If Starbucks does not use that video as an ad, they are idiots.
Yeah, at least in this region right here. But, back to your point, Joey. Coast Portland, got to talk about them. Great products. Love them. And we talked about Dan Campbell using them to bite off kneecaps.
Let me hear you give a Dan Campbell how he gets so hyped about his Starbucks. Let me hear you get so hyped about your Coast Portland.
I get a knife, and then I take it, and then I jab some stuff, and I cut some stuff, and then I get a machete, and I go through the woods like this, and nothing's in my way. But if you want to shop at Coast Portland, you can do it right now. Go to coastportland.com, enter promo code WSN20, and you will get 20% off your entire order. And it's that easy. Just go to coastportland.com right now, 20% off your entire order. Plus, they got that great lifetime warranty on lights, cutting tools, and safety gear. So make sure you're doing it right. coastportland.com.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and, of course, our app, which is available for download right now in the Apple or Google Play Store. So make sure you get a hold of that today so you can listen all day long to all of our great shows. And don't forget, we got that new show coming up, too. The Bottom Line with Ryan Ermani and Braylon Edwards. That starts a week from tomorrow. Wow.
That's flying by.
That snuck up on me.
I was on the phone with Braylon chatting a little bit yesterday.
Dude, how many names are you going to drop this morning about being on the phone? Herman Moore's texted me. I was on the phone with Braylon.
That's our new homeboy now. That's family right there. But we were just talking about his excitement for this show because it literally is exactly what he said in that tweet about the uncensorship that he's going to be bringing to this show. That's what I can't wait for.
Yeah. No, Braylon's a good guy. Love having him here as a part of the network. So this weekend, I can't believe it's already here, and the Pistons are going to have nationally televised games this weekend.
Yeah, I was on the phone actually with Coach Kidd.
The Summer League is here. Cade is going to be a part of it. Sadiq Bey is going to be a part of it. That's the cool thing about us having this young core on the Pistons is that they are going to be a part of the Summer League. And here's what Cade and Sadiq Bey had to say about what they're looking forward to about being a part of this.
I don't want to come in, forcing anything. I want to get a flow for the team. I want to, get a feel for everybody on the team. So, I know what the number one pick perception is coming in. So I think the biggest thing for me is to come in and reassure all the team that, I'm about playing winning basketball instead of, trying to live up to the hype or whatever. I want to be able to blend in, get a good flow in the offense, get to, get the ball moving, things like that so that we can play good basketball and then move forward.
I think just being 1 year in, I would look at it more as a vet, even though I've only been 1 year. I think, like you said, man, seeing a lot of new faces, And just playing it, having a lot of experiences, blessed to be able to have those experiences last year. He's like, I kind of know what to expect, and I was trying to help everybody out. And I think we have a one focused goal in mind is to win.
Yep, that is the goal, to win, baby, and you absolutely love it. And you love seeing those Sean Don emblems on the jerseys, because you forget that this is the season that Big Sean's taken over for the Pistons.
Did we get a little preview of that yesterday with those court renderings coming out, or no?
Did you see those?
Oh, man, does that have anything to do with Big Sean? Because I really like these courts, and I'm going to actually have them in my news coming up in a little bit if we want to compare both courts to see which one we like best.
I like the blue one, but yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, Summer League is taking place Sunday. They play the Oklahoma City Thunder at 8:30 on ESPN2. So that's going to be our very first look at Cade.
Yeah, gosh, it feels like the NBA Finals just ended. But now we're moving right on to the Summer League, and I'm excited. I'm excited for a couple guys. Obviously, Cade. We want to see the number one pick in action. But more importantly, it's about seeing these. We had 3 first-rounders last year we need to see develop. Isaiah Stewart's going to be out. He had that ankle injury that's lingering. But Saddiq Bey I'm excited to see. And you got to mention Killian. I mean, the guy missed most of the year with injury. And this is a big time for him. Summer League, he's going to get a chance to play against lesser talent before the NBA season. And I want to see what he does. I mean, that's someone I'm looking forward to seeing. And hey, don't forget, as much as people say about Sekou and the possibility of him getting traded, I think this Summer League will be very important for him.
How many years are we going to say that?
That's why I'm concerned. Because if he doesn't, if he barely plays the summer, I mean, he's already out the door barely. But if he has to come out, like, what have you added to your game? Like, we need to see that.
I feel like Coach Casey's big on this guy still. I really do. And I feel like if this is his last go, it's got to be his last go, because he's been given way too many opportunities and just does not succeed and run with it. I feel like this year, though, I'm looking forward to Game 2 the most, because next Tuesday we're playing the Houston Rockets. And that's Jalen Green. So we get to see Cade and Jalen Green going at it, and that's going to be a really highlight for me.
And that's going to be something we talk about for many years to come, because obviously Jalen Green running his mouth about Detroit already, and we want Cade to win that matchup clearly. But I like your point about Killian Hayes, because we go to last year. Last year they didn't really have a full rookie camp. We didn't really have like a lead up to the season. It was bubble, playoffs, boom, new season starts. Like, there was no time off. So you really couldn't get rookies acclimated to your system, to your team. Seeing Killian actually have a full offseason to prepare, hopefully we see leaps and bounds from him.
Yeah, he's got last year we can give him the excuse. Obviously, the injuries aren't good. He had a hip injury and everything. But this year, hey, man, you're playing with the number one pick. You got great players around you. So this will really show what he's made of and what Sekou's made of. I mean, those are the 2 players we need to pay the most attention to this Summer League, no doubt.
Joey, who are you looking for at Summer League this year?
Let's be honest. Everybody's probably looking forward to Cade, so I'm not going to take the obvious there.
the easy.
I'm looking forward, honestly, to seeing Beef Stew coming back, because obviously him having this injury, Coach Casey came out and said Stewart probably could be close to coming back, but there's no use of risking it. So that's a good sign, because I take that as it'll be a little bit of time before he's back. So seeing Beef Stew kind of being the leader to this team with all these other young dogs that we got, I mean, he's going to be a big staple to the team.
It's so crazy to me that like pretty much our whole team is a rookie sophomore team.
Yeah,
like that's almost insane to me. That like literally, during summer camp or the summertime league, you don't always send your vets, right? Vets don't normally play in that, but we don't really have any vets on the team, honestly. Like Olynyk's probably the oldest guy on the team at this point,
right?
Like Saban Lee's going to be there.
Yeah.
The 3 guys that we drafted last year, obviously Saddiq Bey, Beef Stew, and then Killian. And then we got Cunningham, Livers, and then, of course, Garza's going to be there. Like, that's damn near half our team, or over half our team, that is young enough to play in the Summer League, and I love it.
And I want to mention a sleeper pick, because Luka Garza will be playing in this Summer League, and Dwayne Casey couldn't emphasize enough about his shooting ability. He said this guy was, splashing threes in practice, and he's obviously the shooting's there, but I want to see him in Summer League. I think that's someone he's a 4-year college player. He's ready to play right now. I mean, he'll use Summer League, but he's mentally ready, he's physically ready, so that's someone that don't be sleeping on, because you might be surprised.
Yeah, and a guy that Dwayne Casey kept bringing up while he was here was Saban Lee and Jackson. Those two, he just kept bringing them up. So I know he's going to get them plenty of run too. And like I said, man, we get a lot of nationally televised games. Not only this Sunday, ESPN 2 at 8:30, but we can play the Rockets, like Joey said, August 10th on ESPN. Then we play the Knicks on NBA TV August 13th at 8 p.m. And then August 14th, the Lakers at 10 p.m. Ooh,
man.
But none of the old-ass Lakers are going to be there.
What do you mean none of? That's the whole team.
Like Russ ain't showing up to Summer League. LeBron ain't showing up to Summer League.
They got I think 5 or 6 players on the team over the age of 34 or something right now.
Oh yeah, they're old as hell. Melo just signed with them
at 37.
What's up, Fish?
Hey, there's two things. One, it's Summer League, so every game is televised. Sorry to burst your bubble there.
Not every year.
Yes, every year.
No.
Yes, sir.
No.
And two, Summer League is only for rookies.
No, it's not.
Well, rookies and second years.
Right. It's for the young players.
Yeah, so you're not going to see LeBron James out there.
I know, that's what we just said.
He can't get out there. No, he physically can't get out there.
They won't let him.
They won't let anyone older than 2 or 3 years out there. So.
Yeah, it's not just for rookies and sophomores, but it is for the younger players in the league, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you watch Summer League ball, Fish?
I do. I do watch it.
Really? Do you like it better?
occasionally.
I mean, I don't see you watching a ton of NBA games, but you watch Summer League?
I do watch NBA.
Okay.
I watch Summer League, yeah.
Nice. Who are you rooting for this year for the Pistons? Or just anybody in general? Who do you look forward to seeing play?
I want to see Cade play because you guys hype him up so much. By the way, speaking of Cade,
everybody is.
Well, okay, but you guys, everyone's hyping up Cade. We haven't seen him play yet. So until he plays, we don't know if he's any good.
What's going to take you to be convinced that he's good?
He needs to average 20, 30 points a game.
All right, easy.
Damn.
Easy there, Fish.
20, I could see. 30. All right.
I'm saying that because you guys are hyping him up like he's a Luka Doncic. And what does Doncic do? Score 30, 40 points a game.
Oh, now it's 30, 40.
No, Doncic. No, Doncic scores that a game.
Yeah.
So for Cade to be a Doncic, which everyone's comparing him to, you got to hype him up. He's got to get 20, 30 points a game.
So you are not on the Cade bandwagon just yet?
No, I am not.
Okay.
Because we haven't seen him play.
Fish, regardless of hyping Cade up, you got to admit the Pistons have the best roster in the Summer League, in my opinion. Obviously, New York Knicks, get them out of here. The LA Lakers, the whole team's 35 and above, so their rookies are going to be pulling off the streets. And then OKC has a young team. But I'm predicting a 4-game sweep right here, boys. We got Cade, we got Sadiq, we got Killian. We got a pretty stacked roster, at least of young players. So what a great momentum starter into the season to win the Summer League. I think that'd be great.
That would be great. And, winning is contagious. So you keep winning, you start now, and you roll it over into the season. And, let's just get these young core out there. I'm excited to see what Dwayne Casey does. I'm curious to see the rotations that he has in place and just how he's going to use all of our new toys. What's up, Fish?
I want us to win the Summer League, but if we win the Summer League, I can already imagine the next morning every single one of you guys are going to be like, Pistons are going to the playoffs. They're going to go to the playoffs. They're going to get the 5th seed. And they're going to win the whole NBA Finals. They're going to get the 5th seed, and they're going to beat the Orlando Magic, and they're going to beat the Pacers, and they're going to beat the Raptors, and they're going to beat every single team. They're going to beat the Nets by 40 every single game. No, that's not going to happen.
It's Fish, do you think that we're too kind to the teams?
At times, yes. At times. Yeah. You got to be – it's good to be optimistic, but you also got to be realistic.
Okay.
You could be optimistic and say 10 and 7 Lions, which I am on the Baligian Blank and Bell show. I'll never get that name right.
Get the name right, Fish.
In my realistic mind, they're going to get 6 wins.
Okay.
But for the sake of the show and good content, 10 and 7 Lions are going to win the Super Bowl.
All right. Well, I appreciate your candor, Fish.
Win the Super Bowl. He threw it all in there.
You're always honest with us.
Well, that's the 10 and 7 Lions limo.
The Lions limo. You in that limo?
I'm in the limo.
Drinking that Kool-Aid.
Beautiful.
I'm in the limo, and
should
I'm
be drinking that 8 Mile vodka if you're in that limo, because
with some Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you're in the back seat. You're doing your thing. You don't have to worry about driving. And make sure you pick up your bottle of 8 Mile today. It's available at any local Meijer store. You can go grab it off the shelf right now and keep some at your house. And if you're out at the bar, make sure you ask for it by name. Just say, hey, you guys got any of that 8 Mile? I want that. And if they don't have it, ask for it, and they will order it for you. But this is the bottle that you need to look for. Nice, square. Says born in Detroit right on the back. These guys are great. They're local. So are we. 8 Mile Woodward. Let's go. morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go. I mean, since we're talking about the Pistons, let's talk about that court real quick. Court 1 versus Court 2, two renderings that they released that look phenomenal. So here's the first one, which is what you would expect, right? It's the regular Pistons court. I love the blue on the outside, but then you see the D up at the bottom. What do you guys think of this one?
I love it. I really like this court. You know, traditionally the Pistons have stuck with that red.
Yes.
And, you know, this is cool. I like the oversized logo going across the whole thing. It's just different.
Yeah. I love the blue, like you say. That's one thing that I do like. But my favorite is this one right here with the 3-1-3 right there smack dab in the middle.
Ooh, that's nice.
That just looks hard to me right there.
Yeah, that 3-1-3 is just sweet, man. And the surrounding little design. I mean, that is a sick-ass court.
So Piston center or 3-1-3 center? I'm starting it off going with 3-1-3.
Can you go back again, Alex?
I'm going to go 3-1-3 too. That's too sweet, man.
I like when he merges in
Symbolic.
and out, too.
I know, it is sweet.
It is sweet when you do that edit. I got to stick with this one, guys. I like the old-school logo in the middle of the court. It reminds me of the Bad Boys days. Like, I'm so glad they went back to that logo. The blue's nice, but it's just too much blue. I like this one much better.
No, it's so hard.
Yeah, that 3-1-3.
I mean, it says Pistons in the back of the court on the sideline. So you see the Detroit Pistons out there. No team has that 3-1-3 out there like that. That would separate us from the rest of the league.
Well, yeah, no team should have the 3-1-3.
I mean, like, there's zip. There's zip, you know?
Yeah.
Area code.
Can we look at that one more time? Sorry, Alex. I really want to get a good look at these because I saw them yesterday. But when you like fade them in and out like that, it's pretty cool to get a good look at how they change. Yeah, I got to go with the old school logo, man. I really like the red with it.
I like the D up too. Like there's no really design on the other one in terms of lettering. Like that's just a sweet little addition right there.
Yeah, and people are commenting. I like the red. I like the Pistons logo. I like the first one. I like the 3-1-3. It'd be sweet if to put the D up at the bottom of the 3-1-3 court too.
That's perfect.
Maybe a little something more. And what's crazy about this too is they're not even showing that new bar that's right on the court too.
Oh yeah, on the side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we'll be definitely hanging out. The
that's
bar.
right. That's right.
But I just like the tone right now for the Pistons. You know, they're last year having all those releases of all the new merch items that they've been doing with the 3-1-3, the D up, and all the different releases that they had. It's honestly starting to look hard.
Yeah, no, and you wonder, did you think Big Sean had influence on this one?
I don't know. I'm gonna say no, just because the 3-1-3 is something they released before that. The D up is something they released before that. So both of those are still pretty much the same as last year for the rebranding, but the jerseys is where we're gonna really see him start to have a little touch on.
Someone just said the teal court. We should do the teal court. No!
God. Enough of the teal.
No! The teal's dead.
Did you see Cade in the teal jersey, those edits?
Yeah,
I think Mr. Prod Designs did those.
Yeah, he does a great job on those edits.
In day 2 signings, there was a lot. We still await decision from stars like Kawhi Leonard, but Steph Curry agreed to a 4-year, $215 million extension, guys. And let me break this down for you. This, first off, makes him the first player in history to sign 2 career $200+ million deals.
Good Lord.
But the team will extend his contract off of his $45.8 million salary for this upcoming season. So that means he's guaranteed $261 million over the next 5 seasons.
The fact that he makes $45 million a year is insane. Insane.
No, it's absolutely insane. And it makes our point we made yesterday, like, he's more than a shooter, but shooting gets you paid, man. Like Steph is the best shooter of all time, and he's a Hall of Fame point guard. I mean, MVP, but God, your ability to shoot the ball, like, the importance of that, congrats to Steph. And staying loyal, that's key, because like Giannis, if you stay with your team, you're gonna get that. You're gonna be the second player to get $200 million.
Yeah, but how the hell do you even build a team around a guy that's making $45 million? That's your whole cap.
Yeah, that's the negative of it. You know, you got to find guys to fit around that.
I mean, they've been able to. You know, they get the Splash Bros. They get a couple players here and there, but
good Lord,
I wonder how much they're gonna pay Clay. Like, if they're like, hey, we paid this man 45, Clay, you can take a 20 or whatever you're getting, but you got to pay both those guys, man.
Yeah, but I have $65 million. Even if they go with 20 for Clay, they have $65 million just in your front court or your back court.
Like, it's worth it. I don't know about that number that high, but whatever amount Steph wants, he gets.
Yep,
he's proven that. He's earned that. What about 37-year-old Carmelo Anthony officially joining the Lakers on a 1-year deal. So LeBron just bringing in all of his boys now. But at the age of 37, I don't know about that.
The most predictable bullshit I've ever seen.
Hey, the banana boat's back, boys.
Oh, my God. Those guys were on that banana boat together, weren't they?
They're just 10 years too late.
Hey, that's a good one.
They're just old as hell now.
What's up, Fish?
Speaking of LeBron James, this is kind of late, but no one's talking about LeBron James and Russell Westbrook colluding.
Oh, that they talked about this before?
Yeah. That technically they colluded, and that's an NBA violation. No one's talking about it.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Fish, a lot of people do it. I'm going to be honest. Like, there's a lot of stories of guys talking
I know a lot
before,
of people do it, but if it was like a little-known guy, they probably would have kicked him out. They would have said, "Oh, you're colluding." Whoop, out.
Yeah, I mean, as we saw, LeBron gets special treatment. He can go to COVID parties and then go and sit courtside. Chris Paul's got to be out for damn near an entire series. So
even sneak in bottles of 8 Mile vodka on the sidelines of games. It's crazy.
LeBron just does what he wants.
He does. But does what he wants. Can't win a championship, though.
Yeah. So
he has never won one. You're right, Fish.
Okay, he's
DeMar
won a lot,
DeRozan and the Bulls closing in on a 3-year, $85 million plus deal. The Bulls are starting to look a little dangerous, too. Why are they coming at us on the East like this?
I don't know, man. I like what the Bulls are doing, honestly, and it's scary and it sucks because I don't want to have to deal with the Bulls again, like when the Pistons in the bad boy era.
You asked for it yesterday.
Jordan. I know, but I like what they're doing, which sucks.
I'm blaming you. Literally yesterday on the show, you spoke this into existence.
I did, yeah. I said they're going to get DeRozan.
And now here it is. What about Markieff Morris agreeing to a 1-year deal with the Miami Heat, who is starting to look like another stacked team?
Heat look good.
Yeah, I'm actually credit to them. I mean, Stick already brought this up. They're one of the top 3-4 teams in the East already, and I can definitely see that. They pulled PJ Tucker from the Bucks. Now they got Markieff Morris. They're just stacking up guys. I mean, Kyle Lowry. So they're trying to look back to get back to the finals, but you got to go through the Daddy Nets and the Daddy Bucks, and those are the two parents of that conference. So got to take one of them down.
And the Nets, they were not quiet as well because they got to add some too. Patty Mills agreeing to a 2-year, $12 million deal, adding to the super team a little bit. They do need some help, I feel like.
That's Fish's boy. Fishy loves Patty Mills, right?
I don't love him, but he's a good player.
He plays for Australia. That's your squad.
He does. He's very underrated, by the way. Doesn't get enough love.
Yeah.
And he should.
He was good as a Spur.
He was good as a Spur.
And lastly, in the news yesterday, I got to talk about how LeBron James always got to surround himself by an Oakland University Grizzly because first it was Kay Felder for a couple years. Now yesterday, Kendrick Nunn agreeing to a 2-year deal with the Lakers. So anytime he's got the Grizzlies, I want to look back at this actually. Does that lead to success for him or not? Because Kendrick Nunn, dude's been balling out since joining the NBA.
I think LeBron's going to love him. I mean, the guy can just get a bucket, and that's what you need. I mean, LeBron wants to take a back seat sometimes, and you got a guy who can just come off the bench. When Russell's 0 for 15, 2 for 15, you got a guy who can come off the bench and at least score something. So I like Kendrick Nunn. I always have.
And Detroit Tigers time because the Tigers get the W to open up the series with the Boston Red Sox.
Let's go.
4-2. Miggy still chasing that 500th home run. But he hit number 498, guys.
Woo! Strikeouts, 24 at bat. Deep fly ball, right field. That ball is gone. He's 2 away from 500.
What do they got? 2 more games on this homestand before they hit the road. So Miggy, you better get it done now or not hit a home run while you're on the road.
I didn't even think about that. What if that happens?
Yeah.
I will be so pissed.
Yeah, I don't want him hitting home runs on the road, man.
No.
Wait till we go to the game
Right.
in the outfield. You can hit it to us.
So here's the question: where do you want to sit if you go to the game, left field or right field? Because lately he's been hitting a lot of opposite field home runs.
Yeah. You know what? Put me in right field. I'll be out there.
I'm gonna go left.
You're gonna go left.
We'll go opposite, and then either one we'll get the
and
bag.
the stick, you go right in the middle.
Center field. There's no seats in center field.
The stand.
I'll just stand in the bushes out there with my hands.
You get right there, closest to the middle point.
What are you gonna be sitting in the bushes with?
My hands.
You mean your glove?
No, my hands.
Of course, he has to throw that in there. Real men out here wear just no gloves.
That's right.
Real men. And the best part is, Tigers were on fire, right? And we tweet this out saying that that Miggy has gone 27 plate appearances without a strikeout, and minutes after tweeting that, he striked out. So blame us for this tweet right here.
I mean, I'm proud of us. We're getting to the point of where if we tweet something out, we can jinx people. Like that's a monumental moment.
That is.
I mean, he hit a home run and we got the W, so I guess who cares about that?
Right.
Right? It doesn't really matter. We can move past that.
But honestly, him not striking out for 27, I mean, he's been full contact with the ball. It's looking good. It's, this is Miggy's time. I hope he knocks out these 2 home runs during this homestand because, like I said, I don't want to see him do it on the road. But if he does it on the road, so be it. It's 500 home runs. We watched history.
But just no $1 million in our pockets by catching that ball. It's okay. Not all superheroes wearing capes, guys. Mookie Betts makes the best diving catch of the day. Just look at this. I got 2 angles for you on this.
Pulls it sharply.
Ooh.
Jesus.
All right, so that was a nice one, right?
How casual.
Just look at it in slow-mo to appreciate how beautiful this was. That fall that you got to take, that's just a straight-up catch right there.
Full extension. Absolutely beautiful.
That's the definition of eating dirt. I mean, the guy, he ate face first in the dirt right there. I mean, incredible catch.
Ball almost came out of his glove.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Dodgers fans, I actually do like them for their troll jobs that they do. Look what they were passing around at the stadium. The fans amazing me with this.
Oh, the trash cans?
A trash can.
Yeah, because this is the first time the Astros returned with fans.
Yep. Now it's a packed stadium, and of course they got to bring out the trash.
The game is in LA, by the way.
What's that?
The game's in LA.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why the Dodgers fans are the ones doing that.
Yep.
Yes.
This is the first time the Astros played there.
Yes.
Since the COVID and all that stuff. And there was a guy dressed as Oscar the Grouch in a trash can walking around the whole stadium. It was pretty amazing.
Just troll jobs after troll jobs. I love it. That's great right there.
Yep.
And that is all I got. We go to Jeff now for a little What's Trending with Jeffrey.
Today on What's Trending with Jeff. For the first video, my man, we got to celebrate Kiefer Sykes. Incredible story. I mean, he played in a $1 million take-all tournament last night, and he hit a big shot to win $1 million for his team. And the crazy part is he signed a contract with the Indiana Pacers right after the shot. Check it out.
Now this is a matchup Rice has. Sykes bucket. Got it! Bayhawks Army wins it!
Yeah, right in front of Jim Boeheim. He's over there watching. I think it's all former players of Syracuse. It's some sort of, I don't know if it's a charity or just giving out $1 million, but what an incredible shot, man.
Yeah, great shot.
And to bank home $1 million. And he got signed to the Pacers after that shot. So it's like, hey, everything's going right for my man Kiefer Sykes.
That's a good day. Yeah. That was a damn good day.
You can't complain, man.
Right?
Game winner, and you get signed to an NBA team. But speaking on the Houston Astros, Jose Altuve hit a foul ball. And, man, this is a perfect definition of the whole night. I mean, you saw the trash cans on the field. But what about this foul ball he hit? I'm not gonna spoil it. You can watch it for yourself.
Oh, look out.
Jesus.
I mean, the odds of that.
What are the odds of that actually happening?
I mean, I've watched a million baseball games, and I've never seen that happen. So at least 1 in a million.
And the night he's being shit on, it happens to him. Yeah. So you know what? That's a coincidence.
And he got picked off that game, too. So Altuve did not have a good game.
It was not a good game. Yeah. But, you know what, moving on. This is unrelated, but it's just crazy to me what people are willing to do. We look at all kinds of, challenge videos. And this one, you know what, maybe we can ask Choff about this, if this is what they do at the skate park. Just look at this. Ooh. This is a game they play. Who can survive all these skateboards coming on at their ankles? And why the hell are they doing this?
COVID.
Like, is this what people are doing for fun now? Like, this makes absolutely zero sense to me.
That looks a lot of fun.
I like it.
What do you like about that?
You didn't do dumb shit when you were a kid?
Of course we did, but there's nothing to like as a grown-ass man about watching that video of some idiots jumping over a freaking skateboard.
I'm just thinking when I was that age, I would definitely be all up in that. Fish, you like it?
Yeah, it's cool.
I imagine it hurts like hitting your ankle with a scooter. Like
That's
that,
the worst.
Dude, I mean,
especially the Achilles. Oof.
Yeah. Ooh.
Have you seen that dude online that takes the shots with the scooter till his legs are bleeding?
It's
like
funny.
a razor scooter, like they'll spin it or something?
Like his boy will spin it and crack him right in the leg with it.
I get we were stupid as kids, but to document this and then
that's
to
probably
talk
grown
about
men,
it on a
right?
grown-ass man show.
Grown man.
Why?
And
why not?
It doesn't make a lot of
All
sense.
right, do it,
doesn't
Fish.
make a lot of sense.
We'll get some skateboards and we'll get you out there.
So what's
Drake
the dumbest
Sports
thing you did as a kid?
I mean, I can't think of anything. Jumping off the balcony and do onto a trampoline.
All right, that's stupid. If we watch that, you'd be like, "What is this dumbass kid doing?"
No. See, that's at least fun. What is fun in that?
That's fun too.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I jumped over these skateboards.
Flying it, you were at what?
I'm a
10
legend.
miles per hour, 5 miles per hour.
No, there's certain things that you just don't do, like freaking eating a Tide Pod and things like that. That is added to that list of stupidity.
Those are just idiots.
Yeah, those kids idiots too.
Yes. Well,
I'll tell you what. When I was a kid, we used to take BB guns into the woods and play war.
But that's still fun.
We were shooting each other with BB guns.
Yeah. Oh, BB guns. Okay,
Yeah.
I heard airsoft guns. All right. Yeah.
No. There's a kid I know that still has a BB lodged in his ass like 4 inches because it was a 20-pump BB gun, and my buddy snuck up behind him and popped him right in the ass. And to this day, it's still there.
Were CO2 tanks allowed in the BB guns or no?
No, they were pumped.
Oh, gotta get the pump. The CO2 would hurt, man.
The pump
that'll kill you.
Yeah, like a 20-pump BB gun, but like one kid would like climb a tree and stay up there like a sniper. Other kids would be laying on the ground. There'd be like 15 of us just running around the woods shooting at each other.
Yeah, see, airsoft, paintball, all cool, but not freaking BB guns.
Yeah, the only rule was don't aim above the head or above the neck.
Yeah,
that was
how many misses accidentally?
Exactly, like that's the rule. But you can't aim at that age. Jeff,
I must be getting old if I'm over here having this conversation.
Honestly, some dumb things. I probably the similar stuff. Like I love airsoft and paintball as a kid, and I didn't really dress up like a whole lot, so I'd leave that place with welts, like a mofo. But I've really done something like this. I've hit my ankle with a razor scooter, and that shit hurts, unbelievable. But I didn't do it on purpose. So that's why I watch videos like that one guy who does it on purpose, so I don't have to. You know what I mean? So I could just watch him get into tremendous pain.
I used to backyard wrestle. See,
But,
Joey becoming the angry old man. These kids and their skateboards jumping over them.
I'm all cool for having fun, messing around. If there's kids out there playing with airsoft guns, I'm not going to be pissed. But there's just some things that are so stupid. Stupid is cool. That's so stupid.
This is 2 people in a row that said they used to do fireworks fights. Did you guys ever do those? Like hold a bottle rocket and then like shoot it at somebody?
Bottle rocket's fine. Roman candles are fine.
Pop, pop, pop.
I don't mess with fireworks though too.
People are just built different back then. Like Gerald makes a good point. He goes, same way we jumped off garages and had rock fights in the early 70s and 80s. Is that what you guys are doing? Rock fights? Like, is this where I'm glad we've evolved, guys. I'm glad. I mean, I'll take the skateboards if rock fights is what we used to do.
So you and your boys never did dumb shit, Jeff?
We've done some dumb shit. I just can't think of like pain. Like I don't, when I think of dumb shit, I think of like stuff that you could get like in trouble or whatever. Like I never once was like, hey man, let's just bang each other in the leg with some scooters or let's
let loose 20 freaking skateboards coming from all different directions. That does not end good.
Maybe like backyard boxing. I could see that. Like if you have some gloves with your buddies. Like I mean that's pretty fun. You can knock someone out like that. But God, you guys are built different. Yeah, I see more firework fights. You know what? We're moving on. We're out of the trending topic right now because I can't do this no more. But that is all for today on What's Trending with Jeff.
Yeah, another thing we used to do, like you guys have been on a trampoline, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, you could super bounce somebody and shoot them straight up in the air. We had this one kid that was smaller than everybody, so we'd make him. We used to call it crack the egg. Yeah, like
Crack the Egg.
Like
True.
You guys ever played
Did
Crack
play
the
that.
Egg?
I did play
that was the best game in the world.
So the kids would get in like the fetal position and hold on, and they had to hold on, and we would just be bouncing on the trampoline until they went 400 feet in the air, and hopefully when they hit, their grip broke, and you crack the egg.
Dude, I have not heard that term since I played that game probably freaking 15 years ago.
See, somebody could have gotten hurt doing that dumb shit.
But that's different,
yeah,
though.
that is true.
I mean, that's something where just say you're flying off the trampoline, you could at least get out of the egg and just land it in a good position.
What is BB Butcher?
There's a lot of questionable things.
Oh, Match Wars.
Which one was Match Wars again? I remember that.
So you take like a match and put it on the lighter part that starts it, and you just flip them at each other.
Oh, I never
and
did that
coming
one.
at you.
What?
They're coming at, we used to call them fireflies. Like boom, boom, boom. And shoot like maybe flaming matches flying at your face.
Can we start doing this shit around the office? Like I want to try this stuff out, man.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
I did play the egg one. Like I've seen guys land on their head in the egg position. Like it gets pretty nasty out there doing the egg game.
Yeah, what was it? Dave was the kid's name. Like literally the size of fish, and it would be us just literally shooting this kid 400 feet into the air.
We could get fish literally 50 feet in the air.
Horse apple fights. What? You're throwing horse shit at each other? Egging houses.
Oh, with the slingshot. That's a great one.
Three-man slingshot.
This comment gets me. Maz and his buddies used to joist riding dinosaurs as kids. Or joust.
Joust riding dinosaurs.
Hey, I'm pissed. The one thing I do regret in my childhood days was all of us getting paintball guns. A couple of my neighbors had them, and we used to shoot the freaking ice cream man. I don't know why.
He's just trying to give you ice cream.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Because he played the horrible song. You know how there was the good Ice Cream Man song?
Dude.
He had the worst Ice Cream Man song, and he was a dick.
So you're coming down on these kids for jumping over skateboards, but you're popping caps in the Ice Cream Man?
Yeah,
because he wasn't playing Ice Cube. He wasn't playing NWA.
In the truck, that was it.
In the truck? While he was in there? While he was in the truck?
Hitting the truck.
Oh, okay.
All right. Safe to say, my childhood, we never had an Ice Cream Man coming in our neighborhood.
I got to give a shout out to our Ice Cream Man growing up. He looked like Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
And he actually has like a page on Facebook.
Dude,
like
he used to come through the neighborhood too.
You had the same one?
Not the one that I paintballed. I had him for a couple years.
Good.
Yeah, you can't snipe down Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but if you grew up with your Ice Cream Man looking like Hulk Hogan, you had a great childhood.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and he had pictures with Hulk and stuff like that.
And then you get the Hulk Hogan ice cream.
Exactly, with the gumball in it for some reason. I don't know why they would just throw random gumballs in there.
Hey, listen, you got to spoil yourself.
Are you sure they were random gumballs, or that you ordered and you didn't know they had gumballs in them?
Wait, are you talking about the 2-ball screwball with the balls gum at the bottom?
Yeah, like some ice cream just has random gumballs in it for some reason.
Well,
like the baseball mitt has a baseball gumball in the middle, and it's like, wait, this doesn't. I don't know why.
Gum. Everybody likes gum.
Yeah, not that gum. It's like gum you used to get in card packs. It was always like just powder by the time you ate it.
Hey, listen, you got to check out my people over there in downtown Fenton because I love them. Everybody there at Bridge Street Exchange, they're so amazing, especially their other company that they have in there, Titanium Buzz. It's amazing wedding rings that you could get. So if you're engaged or married and you aren't like wearing the regular traditional ring, because I'm that kind of guy, go there and get a ring for yourself. I mean, we're talking about guns. They got guns on there. They got American flags. They got all sports teams you could think of and balls and whatnot that you could add to your ring, sports balls. So go check them out right now, titaniumbuzz.com.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us this morning, and thank you for being a part of the conversation. Lots of people adding to that dumb stuff you did as a kid comments.
Dude, there's a lot that I've never even heard of.
Right.
Yeah, we're finding out a lot about these brewers and what they used to do in their free time.
You guys used to play Cops and Robbers?
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite games playing.
Well, make sure if you're watching right now, I want you to be a part of this next conversation too. And if you're downloading the app, make sure you do that today. It's available in Apple or Google Play stores. Just search WSN Live or Woodward Sports and it'll pop up and you can download it pretty easily. So we had this conversation yesterday when I was filling in on the midday show with Easy because Joik Bell. First of all, we forgot to say this. Happy birthday to Joik Bell.
Yep, happy birthday.
Shout out Joik.
It is Joik's birthday. It's Joik's birth week, so that's why he took the entire week off. And one day I'm going to get to that point in my life where it's like, you know what? It's my birth week. I'm out.
Dude, birth month.
Birth month, right.
Celebrate every single day.
As he should. Joik's a great guy, but he's going to miss our championship softball game this Thursday.
Dude, that's That's messed up.
I know, man.
How do you work for a team and play and give it your all for about 7 or so weeks that he played with you guys, and then miss the ship?
Because it's your birthday.
Didn't you say it was supposed to be last week?
What's that?
Didn't you say the championship game was supposed to be? No. Okay.
No, last week was playoffs.
Okay.
We had to win to get into the championship game, remember? Because you were like, how you celebrating regular season? You got to get through the playoffs.
Yeah, but Joke was saying a couple weeks ago that last week should have been the final.
Oh, it should have been, but we got rain delayed 1 week earlier in the season, so everything got pushed back by 1 week.
Okay, so technically Joik is not in the wrong there. Is that correct?
I mean, he still left on championship week.
He did, but it should have been last week.
It definitely should have been last week, and that would have been nice, but we'll see tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Space Dogs taking on the Shotgunners in West Bloomfield.
Shotgunners.
I know, it's going to be a fun game. So we were talking yesterday about Cade kind of becoming the face of Detroit, and Easy and I went back and forth, and we wanted to come up with, and I want everybody else to comment on this, who are your 4 players right now from each one of the 4 major teams that would be on your Mount Rushmore of Detroit? Right now, current players only. And, the conversation was kind of hard to begin with because if you think Lions, Dan Campbell's the face of the Lions right now, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's the thing. Lions are the only one. When I was doing this, Lions were the only one that I couldn't have a solid, sure, this is the one that I would put.
Yeah, see, Red Wings was tough for me, too, because I also feel that Steve Yzerman is the face of the Red Wings right now.
Yeah, but they got a captain.
They
got
do
a
have a
leader
captain.
that's been there, local kid.
Right.
Wonder who I'm talking about.
Exactly. So, Jeff, let's start out with you. Who is on your Mount Rushmore, your top 4 right now faces of Detroit? And everybody, like I said, comment in the chat so we can see what your top 4 are.
Well, I'll get the easy one out the way. Cade Cunningham for the Pistons. Obviously, #1 draft pick. He immediately becomes the face of the franchise. So you got to give it to him there. For the Tigers, I mean, come on. It's Miguel Cabrera. It's Miggy. He has to be the face. Obviously, the Hall of Famer. He's up there. And then the Lions, like Joey said, there's a couple guys, and by couple I mean like 2, you could realistically say could be the face. Frank Ragnow is a great pick. I went with T.J. Hawkinson just because he's our best player on offense. He's one of the guys who have been here the longest besides Frank Ragnow. And so that's someone I would say will be the face. He's going to have, I think, a big year this year. So you know what? There's my face for the Lions. And then moving on to the Red Wings, I think this one, like you said, it was either between Yzerman or Dylan Larkin. So obviously, got to go the captain of the team, Dylan Larkin. I think he's the face of the franchise, at least right now. You never know in the future there's going to be more good players. Because I don't know if Larkin will be the best player in a couple years, but right now he's the face of the franchise for sure.
Joey, who do you got on your Mount Rushmore?
Man, I want to switch it and do freaking coaches because this is a tough one. Like you mentioned coaches and GMs, and I mean, just think of the names that we have here, like Coach Casey, Campbell, Avila, and Steve Yzerman. Like that to me, Mount Rushmore.
You would do the Mount Rushmore of coaches?
That to me, that's what makes the most sense because players for the Lions, I don't have anybody that I could actually sit here and say confidently. Yes, we had a great season with Hawkinson. It's going to be even better season with Hawkinson this year, so I'm going to go with Hawk for the Lions. Then for the Pistons, of course, it's got to be Cade Cunningham. And then I'm going to go with Larkin and Miguel Cabrera, which I feel like 3 out of those 4 are going to be a sure. It's just going to be the Lions. Who are you going to pick for the Lions?
Yeah, that was one of the tough decisions. I mean, Penei Sewell is an option. Ragnow, to me, is an option. Goff, obviously, we haven't seen play, but he's still
all 3 of them, though.
He's still kind of the face of the franchise right now.
But we're talking about Rushmore.
I know, but I'm just going through my thought process of who I would pick, and I ended up settling on Ragnow. To me, Ragnow is like the key, not just the face, but he's the key to the Lions. Obviously the highest rated player that we have in Madden on the team here. He is getting a great open field block to spring our boy Kerryon Johnson, who's no longer with us. But regardless, our offensive line is everything to the Detroit Lions this year, and the center is the captain of that line. So to me, it's got to be Ragnow for the Lions. It has to be.
I like it. Ragnow is the prototypical guy you want to mimic. Like he's great off the field, he's great on the field. So I'm not mad at that. He could be easily the face of the franchise.
See, no offense though, when you see Ragnow's face on a Mount Rushmore, you're probably not going to recognize him. No offense, but That's why he's not my number one. When I think Detroit Lions, I'm not thinking Ragnow. Is he one of the most important players? Absolutely, but I'm not putting him on the Mount Rushmore.
Kennedy put Jamal Williams on hers yesterday.
Yeah, his face would be dope on there.
Yeah.
Put a grill on him on there.
Right.
That'd be
Eating the
great.
kneecap.
So what do we got here? Cade, Campbell, Yzerman, Miggy until he's gone. All right, if we're including upper management for sure. Cade, Larkin, Campbell, Miggy. See, everybody loves Dan Campbell for the Lions.
There's no other face for them right now.
Yeah.
Any news presser or anything like that, who is it on? A player? Never. It ain't even about Jared Goff right now. It's not about Ragnow. It's not about Hawkinson or any of these other players. It's all about Dan Campbell right now.
Yeah.
He is the Detroit Lions.
Well, for me, also for the Pistons, I picked Cade. The minute this guy got drafted, he made the Pistons relevant. Like, I haven't seen a buzz like this around this team in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, the response that you get for having a Cade on your team, not only locally, but nationally, and the love that we're getting. Like, I hope he lights it up in Summer League so they have no choice but to talk about us.
Yep.
So, to me, did you guys see this video, by the way? This hype video for Cade? Look at that.
Oh.
Isn't that dope?
Oh, that's a nice one. I was like, what do you mean hype video? It's Chauncey.
Yeah, no, they did Rip to Chauncey to Cade.
Yeah.
And I thought that was awesome. Look at that.
That's sweet.
Whoever edited that video did a great
That's a
job.
great edit.
Alex, can you play that one more time, just the beginning, so we can see the old school transition to the new school? Look at Isaiah. Passes it to Rip.
Dude.
Passes it to Chauncey, who shoots, but it's a pass to Cade. That was the only weird part of the edit, and that's how that's what they're projecting this guy to be. Isaiah, Rip, Chauncey, Cade. Like, that is going to be the history of the Pistons in 10 years from now.
There hasn't been a single Piston come anywhere close to them since their era. So that's the cool part about where we are. I mean, Cade is definitely, just from being that #1 draft pick, what he did for the city of Detroit, what the whole mainstream media now looks at the Detroit Pistons as. I mean, we're one of the most talked about teams.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
It's really cool to be on the top.
Yeah, it's the #1 pick effect. You know what I mean? Like, as long as they're a high talent player, like last year, Anthony Edwards went #1. No one gives a flying shit about the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's
LaMelo probably was the main of that.
Right. Like, it's about the star talent. We got, I think, the most famous person in this draft, like in terms of like hype, and everyone knows who Cade is. So that's what happens. I'm excited. Puts us into relevancy. You know what I mean?
I love Thomas's comment here. For the Lions, Hawkinson till he gets hurt. For the Pistons, no one. Red Wings still haven't won another cup. The captain, Stevie Y. So
didn't even do Tigers in there.
Yeah, no Tiger mention at all. Like, just crazy. So my Tiger, obviously, Miggy. I wanted to go with one of the young guys like Casey Mize or Haas or Badu, but
that'd be cool. Get the local kid up there. That'd be dope.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, Casey Mize is the future of the Tigers. So, but Miggy's chasing 500 right now. He's got to be on Mount Rushmore.
The amount of disrespect if anybody doesn't have Miggy on here.
And here, you also just love Miggy joking around on the bases.
I mean, that's the thing too. It's like, yeah, he's old and he's not playing at the highest tier he's played in his career right now, but it's still one of the greatest.
Still Miggy.
Yeah,
still,
him and Altuve have my favorite relationship ever.
Picking him right up.
How much longer do you think he lasts with us?
Who, Miggy?
Yeah.
He's gonna ride it out to the sunset. I think we owe him till like 2047.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely gonna finish out that contract, make that money.
Okay, after he strikes out, he gives the pitcher a thumbs up. You just love the personality that this guy brought.
This is my favorite one. I love that kid.
He's like, yeah.
Staring down Miggy, and then, of course, Larkin for the Red Wings. I would love if we get to a point where I could put a goalie on there because, if you got a good goalie in hockey, then
put Hasek on there?
I would love to put Hasek on there, but, he ain't coming back.
Yep.
And I don't even know if we want old Hasek right now, but, they drafted a young goalie, so if we can get a goalie on Mount Rushmore for the Red Wings, that means we're doing something right. But in the meantime, the captain, the kid from Waterford, Larkin, is my fourth on my Mount Rushmore. So
what's interesting? Like, a lot of these picks, like except for Cade, could change in the future. Like, next couple of years, you might see a Wings player you might feel is way better than Larkin. Like, this could all change. We have such a young team. There's not a lot of guys you can really say are the face. There's probably about one or maybe two each team.
Yeah, I'd like to have this conversation a year from now and see how things evolved, and then 2 years from now to see how things evolved. Because Miggy may be retired by then, so then we got to come up with a Tiger.
Oof, that's probably gonna be the rebuild if that's the case.
And Easy brought up a good point yesterday. yesterday. Like, we're all here. We're all hyped about Detroit sports. But when we got to answer this question, we're like, who is the face? And, like, we don't have a clear answer to it.
Yeah. I mean, look at the Pistons, for example. How young are the Pistons? It's a whole bunch of rookies and sophomores now. So, yes, Cade is who we're going to take. But outside of that, I mean, Miggy, he's not playing at the highest tier right now. And Lions, there's really no clear cut.
Right.
So it is tough, and Red Wings aren't that hot right now either.
No. But we're hype about all of them for some reason.
Because we got good leadership, though. All right, switch it up. Talk about Mount Rushmore with the coaches.
Okay. Well, actually, let's do that next, right here on the Woodward Sports Network. So if you guys want to be a part of that conversation, get that going in the chat so we can throw yours up there. But yeah, let's do it. Let's go upper management Mount Rushmore for Detroit sports, and we'll do that next right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for being a part of the conversation today. We're going over the Mount Rushmore of, we just did the players, current players, but now let's do Mount Rushmore former players and coaches.
Oh, former players too?
Oh. Yeah, let's throw it all in there. Former players and coaches, and you got to pick one from each team.
I feel like we got to do this one together.
We can figure it out one by one.
All right, go ahead.
But also, make sure you download our app today. It's available for you to download. It's free, and it's in the Apple or Google Play Store. So make sure you get that in your phone so you can just drive down Woodward and press play. It's that easy. So, yeah, let's do this. We're doing coaches, and let's do former players. So that way, we can just get a well-rounded conversation about this. And it kind of leads you to... You may root for somebody else that you couldn't because they were both upper management and a player. So, like, I'll start. If I'm going Pistons all time, I'm going to go Joe Dumars.
Okay.
Because, to me, he's been a part of all 3 championships. Nobody else can say that. He was a major cog in the first 2 with the Bad Boys. And then, obviously, he constructed the going-to-work Pistons. So, to me, Joe Dumars is responsible, or partially responsible, for 3 championships here in Detroit. He would be my Piston on the all-time Mount Rushmore as a player and as a GM.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, I mean, going with Joe Dumars is always a safe bet, but I got to go with Ben Wallace.
Okay.
I feel like Ben Wallace, I mean, when you think Mount Rushmore and who you want to represent that, I mean, who was out there representing the Pistons when we were at the draft lottery to get that number 1? Ben Wallace. I feel like when you look at Ben Wallace, you think Pistons. You think Pistons, you think Ben Wallace.
I'll go Isaiah Thomas. We'll mix it up. I think, obviously, Isaiah brought us our first 2 championships, being the leader, the best player on that team, and more importantly, just as tough as he was and his ability to will through injury. And, I think just strictly on it means a lot. He brought us our first 2 championships, so I'll throw Isaiah in there. He'll be my face in the franchise.
So that's Pistons. We got Pistons covered, right?
Pistons done.
All right, let's move on to the Lions. Now, this is interesting. There's nobody upper management that you'd ever put in here, right? Period?
No. Out of the 100 of them, no, we can't.
No.
At the bottom of Mount Rushmore, though, I want to put our former coach. I forget his name.
Matt Patricia. For the Lions, I'm trying to think right now. Yeah, no former coach, no former GM. We could make the worst of Detroit Mount Rushmore, too, and use a lot of the Lions.
We'd have a couple Mount Rushmores.
So, really, to me, your options are Barry and your options are Kelvin. Which route you taking?
They both retired early. So, I'm going to go Barry, just because Barry is still, as long ago as Barry played, he's still talked about. He's one of the greatest running backs of all time, and his ability to shake guys out of their cleats is something I've never seen in my whole life. So I think he was the first great Lions player to really get in a uniform, and he's a legend. So I'll go Barry Sanders. And no insult to Calvin Johnson, but I'm going Barry.
As he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame this weekend in Canton.
I know.
Barry's already in it, though, so you're not disrespecting.
Let me ask you this. Would you put Matthew Stafford on this Mount Rushmore if he finished his career as a Lion? With the way he's performed.
I think regardless, he has to be in the conversation, but he's not outside of Barry or Calvin. Like, he'd be the third guy up besides them two.
No. To me, he's not even in the conversation, honestly. Like, if he finished out his career here and he got a couple playoff wins under his belt, sure, we can put him in the conversation. But to this point, he's just another quarterback that was on the roster that didn't get it done for us. So there's
Calvin Johnson technically didn't get it done.
I mean, Calvin Johnson is an all-time talent that is recognized around the league. Like, you go to anybody, anywhere, and ask them, who are your top 5 wide receivers of all time? Calvin's most likely going to be in that conversation. You go to anybody, anywhere, and say, who are your top 5 quarterbacks of all time? Where's Stafford falling?
Yeah.
He ain't in the conversation.
But without Stafford, there is no Calvin Johnson, as crazy as that sounds.
Bullshit.
From what we know.
Bullshit.
From what we know. Have we seen another quarterback throw him a ball?
Reverse that statement. Without Calvin Johnson, there wouldn't be a Matthew Stafford.
We know that's true. We know that's true, but I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Matthew Stafford was throwing it up into triple coverage, and Calvin was coming down over everybody with those balls. Like, no way.
But I'm just saying, if he finished his career with the Lions, you wouldn't go Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, then possibly Matthew Stafford as a third runner-up?
No.
If you just look at the 12 years, he was pretty much the face of our franchise while he was here. We had nobody else. Like, you wouldn't even throw him in third. Who would you think third would be besides Matthew Stafford? You think
Matthew Stafford.
I mean, Chris Spielman would be a great one that I would throw above Matthew Stafford. Not only was he a great player here in Detroit, but also now he is, part of our management structure with the Lions. He's definitely somebody I'd put over there. I'd put Herman Moore over Matthew Stafford because Herman Moore was a part of that playoff win, caught a touchdown in it. And I love how we can refer to it as our playoff win.
That's all you got to say. We know exactly where.
Yeah, you know when and where. Yeah, I put Herman Moore above him. I mean, there's just so many other players that I would put above him. He maybe cracks my top 7.
Oh, wow.
Because you got to talk Lomas Brown too. You got to talk.
I mean, there's a lot
Kevin
of Detroit
Glover.
legends, Lions legends.
Yeah, I mean, and then we're not even bringing up like Billy Sims and Len Barney and like the old guys, Bobby Lane. So if we really want to dive deep,
you're right.
Stafford's way down on the list, man.
It's just tough because when you hear the question, it's like face of the franchise, and he's obviously the quarterback, our best quarterback we've ever had. It's just like that's what's surprising. Like he's not top 5, maybe
Jason
below
Hanson's
that.
my top 5. Though.
There you go. I'd put Hanson above him.
Yeah, I don't know. I still feel like I'd put Stafford if he finished his career. Now, screw that. I'm not putting him.
Put Eric Hipple above Stafford. There you go.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go with probably putting Calvin Johnson on this one. I know, obviously, Barry Sanders is Barry, but Calvin Johnson, I mean, just everything he's done for the organization. I know they're still on a little bit of bad terms right now, but getting inducted into the Hall of Fame officially in Canton this weekend, I mean, he's just done so much for us that I feel like he deserves that.
Yeah, no, I would. It's tough. I couldn't not put Barry on. And as much as I love Calvin, I can't not put Barry on that because once again he was a part of a playoff win. So to me, that's like the little bit over the top that he has on Calvin right now. Stafford at least a top 5 quarterback in Detroit. Yeah, he's the best
top 5. He's number 1.
Yeah, he's the best quarterback Detroit's ever had. But,
sad, but yeah.
Yeah, in the scheme of things, that doesn't mean anything. If you're only dating 2s, if you date a 3, it's the prettiest girl you've ever seen, but still a 3. All right, let's go Red Wings. Who you guys got for the Red Wings?
I'm gonna go Gordie Howe. Obviously, the face of hockey. I think he deserves to be the face of the Red Wings if we're talking about that conversation.
Yeah, he definitely deserves it. But I'm gonna go with Stevie Y just because I feel like, everything he's done for us, the rings, the Stanley Cups he's brought to Detroit, and hopefully the Stanley Cups he's about to soon bring to Detroit, being our current leader and the leader of this whole rebuild process. I feel like he'd be my number 1.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Stevie Y would be mine, but it's similar to the Joe Dumars effect. Not only was the guy the man here while he was a player, now we're seeing what he does as upper management, so that gives him like that little edge. No disrespect to Gordie Howe.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's Mr. Hockey. What are you going to do?
It's a tough one.
Yeah, he belongs on the Mount Rushmore, but if we're talking coaches and we're talking players, I got to go with Steve Yzerman on this one. And who have we talked about? The Tigers. All-time Tigers. Who are you going with?
I'd probably go with K-Line. If you think of Tigers, you think of him.
Yeah, he's Mr. Tiger.
So literally, he's got the title himself. So who can choose anything
I
different.
wouldn't disagree. Mr. Tiger. I mean, that's kind of says the name for itself.
Yeah, you got some other guys that you could throw in there. Obviously when you go to Comerica Park and they have all the retired numbers up on the wall, you can go through any of those guys would be a great face of the franchise. But yeah, Al Kaline is the man, and was the man, and rest in peace to Al Kaline. But he meant so much to this organization, not only when he was playing, but like he was just a ambassador for the team, pretty much all the way up until he passed away. Like he was always at Comerica Park, shaking hands, just being present, and you love that about him. Outside of him, though, I gotta go Miggy. Like I think Miggy is one of the all-time great Tigers. I mean, you could go Ty Cobb if you wanted to really dig into it.
Maybe you could throw Verlander in there, but it wasn't long enough.
Yeah, if they would have won a World Series here, Verlander, no problem. He was a Cy Young Award winner, but Miggy being an MVP and a Triple Crown winner here in Detroit, it hadn't been done in like 60 years before Miggy did it. So, yeah, I like Miggy.
You think once he retires, too, and has that 500 under his umbrella, you think he'll be the top?
I think so.
It's tough to replace Mr. Tiger on it, though.
It is. It really is. But, Miggy's Miggy. Like, he's one of the greatest hitters of all time. And that, once again, you go around the country and you ask, hey, who are your top 5 hitters of all time? Miggy's most likely going to be on that list. Not sure where they're going to put Al Kaline on that list. Just because of how long he's been removed from the game. But when he was playing, dude was the absolute man. And we got to tell you about the absolute place that you are going to get the best product, and I cannot wait for them to open. It's happening August 20th. It's going on at Levels. I got my Levels shirt on now. Everybody always asks me about this shirt because they love the design on it, but it doesn't say their name. But
it's so subtle.
This is a Levels shirt. You can see it right there. Yep. You can see it right there. This is their logo, and they will be opening their brand new full-service retail center happening in Centerline on August 20th. We will be out there broadcasting live, doing our whole show from there, and they're going to have taco food trucks. T. Grizzly's got his strain that's going to be there, and you can be able to buy that and sample that and see what T. Grizzly gas tastes like, which is awesome. I love the name of that, Grizzly Gas.
I love his font too. That's my favorite thing. Like his font that he's got with that Grizzly, it's a hard look to it. So I mean, that's gonna be a great event, especially to be hanging out with him.
Yeah, so make sure you're there August 20th, and it's the day before the Dream Cruise, so it's going to be a fun weekend, and we're also doing some fun stuff for the Dream Cruise right here at Woodward Sports. So make sure you go right now, give them a follow on Instagram at Enjoy Levels.
Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. I'm trying to find me a shirt. Ooh, look at these swimming shorts. What are you doing over there, Stick?
I'm trying to find me a drink. Ooh, look at these bonfire bitters.
Ready for summer.
Let's go. Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and, of course, our beautiful and lovely app that you can download today for free. Just go to the Apple or Google Play Store and search Woodward Sports. So we were just talking about the Tigers. Looks like Chris Ilitch is committing to spending some money this winter. And, obviously the trade deadline came and went. We weren't buyers. We weren't sellers. We just kind of stayed put. But I really love the idea of the Tigers spending money because over the past, I believe it's 6 years, every year our payroll's gone down and our payroll's gone down and our payroll's gone down to now we're pretty much the bottom of the league. And obviously when the Tigers were competing and they were, in World Series, we had a pretty hefty payroll. Like we were matching the damn near the Yankees on that payroll. So we need to start spending money. Where do you think this team needs the most help and where do you think we should allocate the most money?
It's interesting because the Tigers, and this is funny because all franchises are in a silent competition. They're all
Right.
they're all in the beginning stages of getting back on track. And with the Tigers being the most recent franchise to really have success, they can feel it. And A.J. Hinch made a great point. We want more wins. We want to be a playoff team, and we want to be in the news for all the right reasons. Like that's that's as blatant as you can get. Like, and it's about spending money. You got to spend money to have success, especially in baseball. You got to pay these guys, but it's going to be interesting. I don't know exactly like where. I mean, we probably need more hitting, but I don't really know the specifics of where they need to spend, to be honest.
Well, Ilitch was talking, and he was saying, we're seeing the long-term effects that have been put forth by this team, and we're seeing the emergence of our young core. I think he feels like we need to continue to improve our ball club in a high-impact way, and I fully support that, and I will support that. That's what Ilitch said. So that's been the key to this, is the Ilitches opening up their checkbook and bringing in some talent that will push us over the top. Because right now you see, kind of like the Pistons were this year, like we're competitive. We hang, right? But we're not world beaters and we're not over the top like that. And when I'm looking at who the potential free agents are at the end of this season, there's a lot of pitchers, but there's also a couple position players that I like. And as much as I love Haas, Buster Posey is available. And I'm a catcher guy. Like when the Tigers got Pudge, to me, that was the signal of the new era here in Detroit. And he was always my favorite player. And when Pudge came, that's when Carlos Guillen came. That's when Maglio Ordonez came. That's when Placido Polanco came. Like it totally changed the culture here in Detroit. So I'm a big fan of building around your catcher.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the catcher, that's their role. It's kind of like the rebuild tool. You get someone like that, and especially Pudge. I mean, he was definitely a leader with his mentality that he brought to the team.
Yeah, and just how fast he could throw down to second, man. One of the fastest releases ever. I love the guy. But let's run through this list of available free agents. And, starting pitchers are at the top of this list because it's separated by salary, which is crazy to me. But Zach Greinke is going to be available. Old Zach Greinke. I don't necessarily think we need to go and pursue him, but, that's a name that's out there.
Do need pitching.
Trevor Bauer is another one. He's only 31. He's still got some, miles on that arm, potentially. And then Justin Verlander. And there's been a lot of rumors about Verlander. Kate Upton has been, almost subtweeting hints that they want to come back and that they're willing to come back. Would you guys want Verlander back on the roster?
Oof.
You can go first,
Anybody?
How old is Verlander now?
Verlander is 39.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, you can't say no to Justin Verlander, but I mean, is it a little bit too late in his career now to get him back? Because he's still going to be a hefty ticket. It's not going to be a cheap price to get him out here.
Right. But would you welcome him back? I mean, he was here, he left, he won a World Series. Would you welcome Verlander back on the squad?
For sure.
Yeah, Verlander's not one of those guys that left and did us dirty in any way,
Right.
So absolutely would welcome him back. It's just a matter of if that's the best move for us.
I look at him as kind of like the Kenny Rogers of the old teams. Like, we had all the young pitchers like the Verlanders, the Porcellos, and all them back in the day. And then you had your vet to kind of walk them through and teach them how to get through games and show them how to pace yourself and stuff like that. Verlander could play that role for us.
100%. Imagine him next to Casey Mize, man. Like the knowledge he could feed that man.
Yeah, exactly. All the young pitchers that we have, even the first 2 draft picks that we had this year,
True.
Get them around Justin Verlander and let him Sherpa them to greatness. But you guys are down with Verlander coming back?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
All right. There's another guy that's on this list that we used to have as well, Max Scherzer. Who would you rather have, Scherzer or Verlander back?
How old Scherzer?
Scherzer's 37, so 2 years younger.
Yep.
Not too much younger.
You know what? I'll take Verlander just because of just because of the connection side of things. I feel like bringing Verlander back, especially in this time during the franchise, it would make more sense to me, to be honest.
Isn't Scherzer playing better right now?
Yes. Yeah. He's. I mean, Verlander looks good, but yeah, Scherzer is still elite.
Yeah, I think I would probably have to go with Scherzer based off of where he's currently at, and it's probably the best bet.
Yeah, there's another guy that used to be a Tiger that we could bring back, and I think a lot of guys were not happy when we got rid of him because we really didn't get anything in return. You could ask Sean Baligian about that. He'd freak out about this. But J.D. Martinez will be a free agent. What do you guys think about bringing J.D. Martinez back? A nice bat. They only have him listed as a DH now. I think when he was here, obviously, we had him as a position player as well. But what do you think about J.D. Martinez?
We got to bring some of these guys back, man. Especially we need guys like J.D. Martinez. So you know what? You got a yes in my book. I'll take it.
I'm not for bringing guys back. I feel like, listen, we've seen them in Detroit. I mean, unless it was we screwed them when we got rid of them, and they're back for another opportunity. Okay, but listen, we got to go out and get different players and players that are not 38 and 37 years old.
That's the crazy thing. Like, I'm looking at this free agent list, and by salary, 38, 31, 39, 31, 34, 37, Jesus. 34, 36, 35, 30. Chris Bryant was going to be the next guy that I bring up. He's 30 years old. Obviously, he started with the Cubs. Good third baseman, solid bat. That's somewhere that I like Candelario, but we could improve with a Chris Bryant. I'd be down with us pursuing a Chris Bryant.
100%. I'll take Chris Bryant.
You like him?
Yeah, especially, look at the age, too. He's 29, and he's playing great. So that's someone you can drop right into the piece of the puzzle. So I'll take Chris Bryant.
There was a lot of talks about the Reds getting him, so there's probably a high favorite as to where he's going to go.
Well, that's the thing about baseball, though. It's all about that money. There's no salary cap, and if Chris Ilitch is opening up his playbook or his paycheck book, and he's like, all right, what's it going to take to bring you here? We can overpay for a couple guys. I wouldn't mind that.
Oh, yeah.
Just to get some quality people in here.
Sometimes what you have to do, too. Sometimes you got to pay them in.
Yeah, well, until you get established and become a destination.
True.
Like, it's kind of that way with the Pistons right now. We're hoping Cade will alleviate some of that money we got to spend on luring free agents here, because it's like, oh, yeah, I want to go play with that guy.
Yeah.
It's crazy that a rookie can have that, too.
Dude.
That's the craziest part. Like, nobody ever said, oh, I want to go play in Detroit, and then all of a sudden we get the #1 pick and people start to think that. That's unbelievable.
Another guy I like, but if Miggy's still around, I don't really think we need him, is Freddie Freeman, the first baseman. Obviously for the Braves, great hitter, good serviceable player. But like I said, if we still got Miggy, another guy on this list who's 35, but I've absolutely loved watching play baseball. I don't know if he's still got it in him, but Andrew McCutchen, dude is fast as hell. Nice little leadoff hitter. That would be good for us. And that's really it when I'm running through this list. You got Corey Seager on here. Andrew Miller, the guy we drafted out of North Carolina. We could get him back. I can't believe he's 37 now. So, yeah.
That is
Javier
crazy,
Baez.
because you draft him so freaking young, and then all of a sudden, 37 years old.
You blink and they're 38.
Right. I remember watching him in the College World Series being like, man, the Tigers should draft him. Then they drafted him. We tried to turn him into a starting pitcher, but clearly relief was his calling in life, or at least in the Major League Baseball. So Andrew Miller's on there. Javier Baez, nice shortstop, 29 years old, $11 million. That's somebody that we could be looking at. But really, we need help at almost every position.
That's the thing. Is there any of these positions that are worth for us to overspend on right now before this ends that can really make us a different team and have an impact on the Detroit Tigers immediately, or not?
I do think you get like I said, you get like a Buster Posey, a good catcher, and then you throw in like a Javier Baez. Now you have a good catcher and shortstop combination. Like, you could build around that. I think we need like 2 or 3 big pieces.
Because then you still got to pay the young guys coming up, too.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you're hoping Mize turns into a Verlander, and then you got to pay him $30 million a year. But, yeah, so what do you guys think? Should the Tigers rebuild? Should they keep going? Should they add to the payroll? I definitely am on board for that. We're sitting like 23 right now in payroll. We should be in top 10 if we want to compete. We have to be.
100%.
We have to be. Baseball, I don't know if baseball will ever go to a salary cap, but as long as they're not in a salary cap, let's spend that money.
Yeah. We'll keep seeing $300 million contracts.
Right.
All of a sudden, Little Caesar starts to do well during the pandemic. Stick wants to blow all that money.
Well, it was interesting. Like, back in the day, hockey used to not have a salary cap. And that's when the Red Wings were just crushing it, because we would be spending $200 million a year, and other teams would be spending like 30, right? But then they put a salary cap on hockey, and from my perspective, I don't know if this is true or not, but that $200 million that we were spending on the Red Wings that got cut in half, it seemed like Ilitch just shifted that over to the Tigers. Like, all right, I got an extra $100 million to spend. And then we slowly went away from it.
Right.
So hopefully the Tigers have a big signing this winter, multiple big signings this winter, so we can go into next spring really hopeful for like a World Series run, or at least a playoff run. We got Joey's news coming up next, and if you haven't seen the Pistons' nude court designs, we're going to show you next right here on Woodward Sports.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
So the highly anticipated NBA Summer League opens up in Vegas this weekend. We draft Cade Cunningham. All of a sudden, we get to see him playing in action. I love this right now because the Detroit Pistons haven't revealed their roster officially, but Coach Casey giving some clues about who will be joining Cade Cunningham. Names like Sadiq Bey, Killian Hayes, Sekou Doumbouya, and no Isaiah Stewart, though. That's the one thing that I'm sad about because still walking around in his boots since the injury, but Coach Casey saying that Stewart probably could be close, but there is no use of risking it.
No, I'm excited to see guys like Killian hit the floor, man. I mean, this is like Stick mentioned earlier, last year they didn't get much of a camp to really work and develop their game. They just jumped right into the season. So I'm excited for the Summer League. It's going to be a big one for these guys.
And we're getting right to it on Sunday against OKC, 8:30, ESPN 2, national TV. Everybody gets to watch.
Love it.
Our boy, Cade Cunningham, go off. But I'm looking forward to Game 2 next Tuesday against the Houston Rockets. Everybody said, you should have got him. He was ripping on Detroit a little bit, calling us out. Jalen Green. So we'll see Cade versus Jalen next week.
And you know what? If that matchup goes the way of Jalen Green, please don't panic. If Jalen Green puts up 30 and Cade puts up like 20 and doesn't look as good, I'm not going to freak out over one Summer League game. But at the same time, Cade.
Kalen Lucas. You're going to say that again.
Cade, give it to him, man. Show him what's up. Show him that we'll never feel bad about passing on somebody that wears a pimp suit to the draft.
And did you see the Pistons court? You got to see it right now. These renderings, unbelievable. So there's the first one.
I like that.
That seems to be a fan favorite, and I'm against the fan favorite on this one. I got to go with the 3-1-3 in the middle because no teams do that. Like, that just would look so sweet.
Yep. And I know you guys mentioned putting like D up on the bottom, but I just noticed this the second time looking at it. There's a cityscape on the blue one at the bottom. See?
Oh,
see the Rensen and all that.
Oh,
so that's kind of cool looking. I like the 3-1-3. I'm not saying I'm against it. It's just when I see that red, white, and blue on the court with that classic logo in the middle, like that, to me, that's the Pistons. Period.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have a problem with. Is I wish they would have implemented more red and white into the other the design, the 3-1-3. Because
How about they do this? Leave that one and put a 3-1-3 on the opposite sides to where it says the whole platinum equity thing. If we had a little small 3-1-3 on the sides of that,
I'll take it.
That'd be cool. I love that 3-1-3 logo.
And how about we add a little Woodward Sports logo right in the key,
right in the free throw line.
Yeah, right there in the key. It would be perfect. No, those are sweet though. Like that one's so simple, but it's awesome. It reminds me of like a street ball court.
Right. It's got a different feel to it.
Right.
Kind of, I don't know why it reminds me of like the Gatorade high school player game.
Yeah.
It has like blue. I mean, the biggest thing we could agree on is less red on the court is what we need, because right now it's just red all over on the outside.
Yeah, the red on the outside is striking. But I love this one. I really do, because I like the small logo in the middle and then the gigantic logo going around the entire court with the D up. Like, that's a good design. Whoever did that, good job.
And Joey mentioned it earlier. We're one of the only teams who can do that 3-1-3 design. All right, you can't. No one can be using their area codes. All right, we rock it.
All right, not even you, Ludacris.
It's true.
And day 2 of signings, let's go over some of those right now. Steph Curry agreeing to a 4-year, $215 million extension, which makes him the first player in history to sign 2 career $200 million plus deals. And on top of that, the team will extend his contract off of his already $45.8 million salary for this upcoming season, which is guaranteeing them $261 million over the next 5 seasons.
So, needless to say, he's paid.
Yes. Yes, he's got money.
Dude, That is amazing. I mean, he literally has changed the game of basketball, the way it's played, the strategy behind it. But to sign two $200 million contracts and make him $45 million this year, think about that. He makes $500,000 every week,
whether he plays good or not that week.
No, throughout the course of the year.
Yeah,
I'm not even talking season. Yeah, $45 million. There's 24 months, so you're pretty much making $2 million a month, right? Just quick math on that. It's not perfect.
Damn.
But, $2 million a month, and then 4 weeks in a month. You're talking.
See, listen, we're over here wondering why these kids are starting to shoot three-pointers from so damn far.
Keep shooting them.
They see this money and they're like, all right, well, what does he do that's so special? Oh, he shoots the ball from so far. Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, if I ever have a kid and he goes in the post, I'm going to kick him way out and be like, no, get out to half court and start shooting threes.
Yep.
We need $45 million a year out of you, son.
But the funny part is Giannis might be the second guy to get two $200 million contracts, and he only plays in the post. So you know what? Just dominate whatever you do.
just
be good at it.
Right. See, but it's harder to be a Greek freak. You could shoot. Your chances at that are better than being a Greek freak part 2.
Yeah, any of us can do what Steph Curry does.
Yeah, no one could do what that man does.
If we practiced enough and had enough training and stuff like that. I'm not saying any of us could do that right now, but shooting is an acquired skill, right?
Yeah.
Rip Hamilton is another prime example of it with his mid-range game. So, it's just crazy. You can't teach Giannis's heights and athleticism, but you can teach how to shoot.
Yeah, teach someone to be a Greek freak. It just can't be done.
It just can't be done.
Carmelo Anthony joining the Lakers, a 1-year deal at the age of 37. What was your guys' thoughts? I mean, I feel like we already saw this coming, but when it officially broke.
Man, if this was 2011, I'd be extremely excited. But unfortunately, it's 10 years later, and I don't give a flying shit. They're still going to – I don't think Carmelo's going to make the team a whole lot better. But, hey, I love Melo as a person, so you know what? Got to love him.
It's one of those things that it's like, well, he's still Carmelo Anthony.
True, it's the name. You know what I mean?
It's predictable. That's what I'll say. This was predictable.
What are you starting to think of the Lakers super team?
They're old. Like, they got to survive a whole season and hopefully don't have injury and then make it through the playoffs. And they have very little shooting around two great people that can drive the lane, but I don't know.
Yeah. And DeMar DeRozan and the Bulls closing on a 3-year, $85 million deal. Markieff Morris agreeing to a 1-year deal with the Miami Heat. And Patty Mills agreeing to a 2-year, $12 million deal with the Nets. And we just wrapped up talking about the Tigers getting the W to open up the series with the Boston Red Sox 4-2. Miggy on that chase for home run number 500. He got 498 yesterday.
Strikeouts and 24 at bat. Deep fly ball, right field. That ball is gone. He's 2 away from 500.
Man, it could happen any day now.
2 away. He could have 2 tonight.
We got to be.
You don't know.
I ain't going to the game tonight, but we got to start going, man.
Right.
Once he hits the 499, I hope he doesn't hit 2 in the same game selfishly. I hope he does, but selfishly, I hope he doesn't.
What did he do? Last week he hit 2
Yeah,
in the
he
game.
hit 2.
Yeah.
So could happen.
It can happen.
It can happen. And you could have a life-changing move right now just by going to northwesterntech.edu. It's life-changing, and when I say that, it's because how can you go to school for only 10.5 months and have yourself a brand new career that can make you upwards 6 figures? It's northwesterntech.edu, the HVAC school that works. We tour the campus, and you see how much focus they put towards their students. They are only there to help you excel and get you started on this new career. northwesterntech.edu.
Hey, guys, I'm D-Mac.
Hey, guys, I'm Pilar.
That was a little slow.
All right.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I wasn't ready. I was doing this.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
Hey, I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. You're lit. Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. We suck.
You suck.
Catch us Monday to Friday, 3 to 5.
Every day, right here on The Hook.
On Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. And Jeff, it is time for your trending videos. What do you got for us today?
Listen, today on What's Trending with Jeff, we have some positive videos. Listen, the first one, we'll start it off on a good note. Kiefer Sykes, I believe it, or Sykes, hits a game winner in $1 million tournament. And right after that game, he signed a contract with the Indiana Pacers. So it was a good night for my man, Keefe. So look at this.
Now this is a matchup Rice has. Sights bucket.
Got him! Bayhawks Army wins it!
Big night for that guy, man.
Oh, it was incredible. And then I just want to show, I'm going to go right to the skateboard video because I want to get people, if you're just tuning in, what is the stupidest thing you've ever done? Look at what these kids tried to do.
Or smart.
It's not very smart,
Or
Fish.
smart.
Check this out. Makes zero sense.
But they're just having fun.
You could call that fun, Fish, but that's pain.
Well, but pain for the guy in the middle. You are correct.
I want to hear, if you're just joining, comment down below. What is the stupidest thing you do? Do you do stuff like this? Because it's ridiculous.
We got our special guest, Herman Moore, coming on in a second. I want to ask him what his stupidest thing that he did as a kid, because watching that video, I look at these kids like, man, how much of an idiot do you got to be to do something like that? There's no fun around that whatsoever.
It's fun. Kids being kids, it's fun.
All right, it's fun. We're gonna go do that later on. Actually, tomorrow for your championship game. Let's do that right before it at the skate.
Perfect.
At the skate park.
I'll just throw bats at you. We'll see how that works. So Herman Moore is joining us live right now on the Woodward Sports Network. Good morning, Herman.
Hey, good morning, fellas.
How you feeling today, man?
Hey, you know what? I'm feeling like I just came out of training camp.
Well, you were down at training camp, right?
I was. I've been there getting ready to call some of the preseason games this year. I'll do color. I'm excited about that. Excited to learn more about this team and their philosophy, especially on offense. Defensively, while I know a ton about it, it's my focus has been on looking at this offense and seeing really where they're going to get the firepower to be able to compete with their schedule.
I mean, obviously you've been around the Detroit Lions for such a long time, and thanks again, Herman Moore, for joining the show. What is it that you see being at training camp that just feels different about this team versus teams in the past?
Well, the first thing that jumps out is the energy. I love the fact that you could tell that this team is bonded very quickly, which I didn't expect would happen, and that's been probably the biggest part that I've seen. The players seem very engaged. The coaches seem very enthusiastic about working with the players. And when you see them running and they're listening and they're taking it in, I think that comes by the fact that you're looking at a coaching staff that has 7 former players that have played in the NFL. And with that, a different level of respect, I think, is given from the players. And it's not to discount those who haven't played in the NFL who are coaches, but I think there's a different bond that takes place and understanding when you're speaking to them.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I wanted to ask you about is there was a rookie fight yesterday in camp, and obviously the New York Giants had a whole team fight yesterday. But do you think rookies like kind of spatting like that is healthy growth?
You know, I won't necessarily say it's healthy, but it's when the emotion flies. You know that the players are being very intense, and you know that they're competing, and that's when that typically flares up. You don't want guys getting hurt. At the end, I'll say this, I've been in many fights myself. I've seen teammates who've been in fights, but at the end, you don't have any love lost. Right. You're still just as bonded as you were before. So no matter what you see on TV, typically it's not as bad as it seems, but at the same time, it's a team.
Like, what kind of fights is it that you get in the past that you mentioned? Like, is it more of just a camaraderie type thing to where you're just fighting because you're that passionate about the game and you're fighting for a position? Walk us through that, because seeing fights, I mean, anytime you hear a team fighting, it's like, damn, what the hell are they fighting about?
I'll give you an example. So we're in Saginaw, and this is under the Bobby Ross piece. And at one of the linebackers, he was, I think, a second-year player. And I was doing a drag route, and, you know, this is just us in practice. And I didn't have the ball wasn't being thrown to me. And he just blindsided me, just took me out. And I popped up, helmet came off, and the hand started to fly. And the whole team jumped in, and it was a big deal. But then afterwards, we were laughing and joking about it. We joked about it when we saw it on tape. That's what happens. You know, it doesn't mean that there's a competition battle sometimes. It's just guys are letting their emotions or let that energy get the best of them, or, you know, just let it get away. But, you know, I wouldn't get discouraged by that. I would never think, if you see it on TV, that these are players who are at odds with one another as much as it's competition. You want to see that fiery part of this team. We haven't seen a lot of it for a while, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do offensively, and then, like I said, defensively. How can they work together to offset each other's weaknesses?
Yeah, thanks again for joining us, Herman. I have a question. You've been at training camp watching this offense. We don't know much about the pass catchers yet, besides T.J. Hockenson, but who's one guy that has stood out to you or that you think the fans should start paying attention to this season?
Well, when I look at Brown, he's really a guy that in the slot that's going to be someone that's going to – he's got to figure out a way to get into the lineup. Right now, this is going to be a position battle where we're going to see a lot of different players. I was speaking with Geronimo the other day. Tall guys. These are tall players. You look at Rashard Perriman. Some of these guys that already have spots kind of inked out for them. I don't know necessarily what type of offensive unit they're going to run, but based on the size that I see, I think they're going to have good blocking on the perimeter. But I also look for them to do some damage down the field because they're going to create matchup problems through height more so than even worrying about the talent level at this point. You just can't let these tall receivers run out there, and they seem to have pretty good hands.
Yeah, that seems to be what everybody says is the weakness of our team this year. So it's great to get your perspective on who's actually going to show up for us and who we got to be rooting for on that end. We got Herman Moore, obviously one of the Lions greats of all time. I was watching that playoff win where you caught your touchdown and just kind of shook the guy off. And those moments are few and far between for us Lions fans. But do you feel that this franchise is getting back on that track with the type of attitude and really the type of offensive line that we haven't seen since you were playing?
I think it's still too early to determine whether or not this is going to be a successful regime. I think there's a lot that you can kind of glean in on and just say, you know what, I think that they at least have some of the pieces in place on the coaching side that can make a difference on the playing side with the players on the field. The other part I look at, you mentioned the offensive line. Solidifying that means a lot. Because you think you lose a guy like Stafford, but then you get Goff. And if you're going to have the opportunity to build, you got to make sure you have a solid offensive line. When we played, we had Kevin Glover, we had Lomas Brown, we had guys like Zephyrus Moss, Jeff Hardings. We've had a lot of Pro Bowl players who've come through our team, and this is an opportunity for them to build, I think, offensively, at least that foundation. You got DeAndre Swift, you got Johnson in the backfield. So you have some really good, talented players that are there.
I mean, you mentioned Lomas Brown, and this picture right here is honestly one of my favorite pictures. We got legends like Lomas Brown, Herman Moore himself, and Dan Campbell at training camp. I just wanted to ask you a question of training camp and which player it is so far that has stood out to you.
You know what? I go to, but he's looked lean. I didn't realize the pounds that he shedded, and he's really in between that big tight end to being a wide receiver, and he looks fast. And I think that's going to be a big part because he's going to have a target on his back. He's one. If you start to look at the offensive position and you start to look at players that you really got to key in on, a young player, third-year player, but he's going to be looked at as a veteran in this unit because of the success he's had so far. So he's really impressed me with just his demeanor. He's impressed me with the speed in which he's playing. He's not taking it lightly, and he's competing. So right now I'd say he's the guy that I've been probably paying a lot of attention to, just see how he handles the pressure being a leader on the offensive side.
Love it. Herman Moore joining the Morning Woodward show this morning. And Herman, you seem like you're about your business this morning. Like I feel like as the team's gearing up, getting ready for the season, like you're gearing up and getting ready, to be focused and ready to go for, doing color commentary. Are you ready to rock, man? I feel like this football gets you fired up.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready because I really want to make sure I'm bringing some really good in-depth information. I have paid attention to the team and paid attention to the game, but not as I have to now because I have to know what I'm talking about, and I really have to be inside of it. And having access to the players makes that a lot easier. Being able to come out to camp and freely move about in a little different manner than in the past allows for us to be able to talk to the players and get some really insights. So you don't have to guess and use even my past experience about what players should be thinking or doing. I can literally ask them or talk to the OC or DC and see what their mentality is. And like you saw in that picture with Coach Campbell, him being very open and inviting to have us come in and speak to him. And I hope that continues, win or lose, that we have that type of access so that we can bring you that in-depth information.
Love it, man. Absolutely love it. And, Corey's been down there, too. Hopefully you've bumped into Corey a couple times. And he said just the vibe of this training camp compared to previous training camps, even though he wasn't at them, just all the other reporters are telling him this energy's different. Like, what's going on right now with this team is different. And I'm glad you're picking up on those same things, but I'm also glad that you're like, hey, it's too early. Like, don't get too hyped yet.
Yeah, you got to kind of follow it through and start to evaluate. And I want people to realize when they're looking at the preseason, I've always mentioned this, you can't take too much out of it other than you isolate on certain areas of competition. You have to look at and see where you see some losses have occurred. Are they going to be able to streamline that or get better by plugging other players in and without missing a beat? But other than that, there's not a whole lot you're going to get out of it other than watching them at practice and then seeing how that transfers over into the regular season.
Well, let's hope it does, man. Let's hope this feisty attitude that the rookies have continues. Let's hope Dan Campbell pounding his massive jug of coffee every morning gets the team fired up. You hear him playing Biggie during practice and stuff like that. I feel like this team is loose and they're ready to go. But like I keep saying, come week 8, we'll see if the honeymoon period's still around.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought I was at that party yesterday and the day before at practice, and you hit that on the head. This is a team that does have a lot of confidence, and the young players have it out the rip. So this is going to be good. And I'm going to see if Corey can get me some of that unlimited access while I'm down there.
Hell yeah. Joe, you got anything else?
Is there ever a plan? I mean, my favorite part right now with the staff that we have is there's so many former players, just so many. Like, I look at the Lions coaching staff as a staff that could go out there on the football field and actually compete with Dan Campbell and Deuce Staley as a running back. Like, there's so many players out there. Is there any plans for you in the future to ever return to the Lions organization as a coach?
No. Not at this point. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I enjoy supporting the team at this point. And anything they would ask of me, especially if it's helping the players and giving them any insight that I can provide them, I'd be more than happy to do that. I'm really excited for these players. I'm excited for the new coaching staff, and I just hope that they have a lot of success this upcoming season. And as an alum, we want to do our part to support as best we can. So I'm looking forward to it. And I will say to the fan base right now, there is an opportunity to be excited for now, because at least these guys are going to go out and compete, and they're a team that's going to take to the field. I don't think they're going to let off the gas.
Well, thank you very much, Herman Moore. Love the insight. Looking forward to hearing you do some color commentary. Who's the play-by-play with you?
I'm going to be in there with Brandon, man. He's a veteran at this. He's out of towner, and it's going to be a fun time. Dan Miller told me that he's worked with him in the past, and that it's a really good matchup and a pretty good team that we're putting in the booth.
Well, good luck with that, man. I've called a couple high school football games color commentary, and it's so fun. Like, it's one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life.
Well, pray for me, because I haven't done a lot of it, but I'm excited.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and thank you, as always, for coming on the Woodward Sports Network. And keep going to training camp and sharing your knowledge, and it's just great to have legends like you still around the team, and hopefully getting them our second playoff win of the last 70 years. So let's get it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hey, Joey, I got to take care of my tab with you.
That's what I was saying. You got anything else for Herman?
I was trying to let it go.
I can see it on your tongue, man. It's sweet. Just let it out.
I got house payments kicking in. I got a wedding next month. I need my 50.
Hey, I got your 50, man. I'm gonna send you over. You send me over that wallet. I already told you about it.
I'm gonna be honest. I had no clue how to do it. No clue. He said send over the Bitcoin wallet. I got no clue how to do that. I'll figure it out.
Man.
Right?
I'll bring it down to you, man. I won't bring you anything that folds. I'll just bring you some nickels and dimes. I know you don't want that stuff. You don't want it traced. You don't want it traced anyway.
You're right. I appreciate it, Herman. Always a man of his word. I'm looking forward to the color commentary for the preseason games, and man, that's the thing about it. I mean, you're Herman Moore, so at the end of the day, you're straight. Whatever you say up there, Lions fans, they're going to love you. As bad as you sound up there, it don't matter. You're Herman Moore. It's all good.
Yeah, I'll try not to make it look bad, but I look forward to it. It's going to be fun. It's exciting. I like new things anyway.
Awesome. Well, have a great day, Herman. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you. And we were talking about the Lions being dogs on the field. We got some dogs in the studio off the field. And we're going to talk to the Detroit Dog Rescue coming up next right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. With historically low interest rates and 5-star service, you could pay your mortgage off faster without increasing your monthly payment. Get started now at 248-308-5000 or chat with us online. Call hallfirst.com.
Welcome back. It is the Morning Woodward Show live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. It is Wednesday, so that means our very special guests from the Detroit Dog Rescue are here, and they brought another puppy. Hi, ladies.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Doing well. Good to see you.
So we brought a really cool girl today. Her name is Rita from Detroit Dog Rescue, and she has a brother as well. But Rita, as in Margarita, is here to hang out, and she's super chill, and we just love her.
Yeah, she looks chill. You brought her in like she's been in here for 10 minutes and just been sitting with Ashley, hanging out.
Yeah, she had a great car ride in with Ashley, just looking around. So she's a Rottweiler mix, so she's going to be a good size. You know, we're talking 65 to 85 pounds here.
Oh.
You know, she's got some big puppy paws. But when you want a dog that's loyal, you know, she is going to be one of the most loyal dogs. She'll go with you anywhere. She'll ride in the car. She'll go for walks. If you have a family, you know, they're really actually good with kids.
She's looking right at the camera. Oh, she hears
a siren. There's a fire truck going by the studio right now, and she's like, what? So, you know, she could be your field correspondent. She's very alert, and, you know, she's a great dog.
Well, tell us a little bit about Detroit Dog Rescue for anybody who's just tuned in. Obviously, we've been doing this, like 6 months you've been coming in?
Yeah, for like a long time. I feel like we've just been doing it forever. But Detroit Dog Rescue is Detroit's first no-kill shelter. We started about 10 years ago this year, and we've been chugging along. We're building a new shelter on the west side of Detroit that you guys have been a big help with, and we love bringing a dog to showcase every week. You know, these dogs really, really... You know, Rita is your typical street dog that you find. So these dogs really need a place to go and a home, and they are some of the most loving dogs.
It's crazy how literally every single dog and puppy you bring to the studio is just the best dog. Like, look at Rita chilling on the lounge chair. And such a good dog looking for a new home. And
that's really because we have the best foster. So someone named Tiffany is fostering. She fosters puppies all the time. And we want to socialize them and make sure that they make great pets. We don't want to just throw a dog out the door. We want to give them time to decompress and, you know, all of the things that a dog needs. A little bit of potty training, all of those things.
Well, you have a profile built for Rita?
Of course. You can go to our website, DetroitDogRescue.com, and she's ready to go. So if you're ready to adopt this weekend, she's ready too.
Yeah, that's awesome. She seems like she'd be a great dog to have in your house. And if you're looking for a dog or you know somebody that is in need of one, make sure you go to DetroitDogRescue.com. Like we said, they not only they have a profile for Rita, but they have profiles for every single dog that they have there. And how many dogs do you have currently right now?
Oh my gosh, almost. You know, we're usually about around 100. I think we're in the 80s right now.
Oh wow.
You know, with puppies and everything, but it never stops. And you know, with the pandemic, we've really seen a lull in adoptions. People just aren't adopting right now, so we really need to get these guys into homes.
And honestly, it makes me so sad hearing that you're at 100 because I know how many dogs you actually do find homes for. So it's like there's just that many that you guys are rescuing every single day.
More. Yeah, there's so many more, and they're coming in from everywhere. From, you know, we're getting requests from Detroit Animal Control to people who need to surrender to people who were driving to work and found a dog on the street. So it's kind of tough times right now for all rescues across the nation. And if you can adopt, please, you know, take this time to adopt.
Yeah, definitely adopt, and especially because of the foster program that you guys have. It's not like you have to have a new puppy running around the house and doing all that stuff. Like when I adopted my dog from you guys, Woody has just been a miracle at home. You know, like he He's just trained. Like, I didn't have to do anything, and he's just my best friend, and that's it. He's just hanging out with me. We're going places. He loves to go on car rides. You know, we do a ton of things together, and really, the foster, whoever had Woody before I got him, amazing.
Yeah, Jacqueline had him, and like I said, we have the most dedicated fosters who really, really put a lot into these dogs and treat them like their own, and we help you with the transition, anything that, you know, you need to make a stable transition into your home, we're there for you. And if you want to foster, we supply everything, medical care, food, crates, you know, get these guys out of the shelter.
And even if all of that is too much for somebody, they don't have the availability, they're too busy with work, they can't have a dog, they're allergic, you could still help provide 100%. For these dogs.
Joey's favorite thing, $5 a day, feeds a shelter dog for the week. And it's my favorite thing, too. You know, when we started Detroit Dog Rescue, it was started by, you know, some friends and myself and actually a local rapper in Detroit.
Yeah.
And everyone said, you guys don't have fundraising experience. You're not going to go get the, you know, 6-figure donors. And we said, everyone can do something. $5 can feed a dog for a week in a shelter. So you can do something. DetroitDogRescue.com if you want to donate or just look at the dogs and make your day. They'll make you smile. There's profile pictures. Just go to DetroitDogRescue.com.
Yeah, please do that and donate today. Or, like I said, if you know someone that needs a dog or wants a dog, make sure you turn them on because this little lady needs a home, and she's absolutely sweet just hanging out in the studio. So thank you guys so much for coming in. We appreciate you.
Thank you. And the time that you guys give us is invaluable. Our stuff blows up on Wednesdays, so thank you.
That's good to hear. That's great to hear, actually. So, yeah, we love the dogs, and thank you guys for coming in and being a part of the network. Coming up next, Fish, no facts today, buddy. Sorry. We're going to go to Joey's Dumbass of the Day next, right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports at my favorite downtown Fenton, Bridge Street Exchange. Let's go check out their beautiful store. You know we love Michigan summers. Got to turn up on the lake. Pre-made mixed drinks. They even got their own beautiful Bridge Street Exchange t-shirts. I got mine on. Jewelry, they got you here. I got mine on. Titanium Buzz. If you're not quite ready to ask that big question yet with the jewelry, look nice for your girl. They got polos. And last but not least, the most comfortable shoes on the planet. Hey Dude. They're literally called Hey Dude. Shop here at Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. Support a locally owned business.
The Detroit Pistons select Darko Milicic.
World's dumbest criminal.
Well, so much for me calling him savvy because he had no idea where he's on the field.
When he crosses too many timeouts, it's a technical foul.
Dumbass!
And the Philadelphia 76ers select Andre Drummond. Man, did you see this old tweet recirculating from 2018? The Dumbass of the Day award goes to none other than Joel Embiid for what he shared. I own a lot of real estate in Andre Drummond's head, and I'm on my way to build more. Hashtag bum. Hashtag your new teammate, dumbass.
That is crazy that of all places Andre Drummond could decide to go, he's going to go play with Joel Embiid.
Why?
I don't know if it's decide. I mean, I feel like he can't go anywhere else.
True, but like business, like you're going to play behind the guy that it was your daddy every game you guys played. Like if you're a Pistons fan, you know when they went against the Philadelphia 76ers, right? Andre completely took a dump when they played. Like he just didn't play well. He was in his head.
Right.
I mean, Embiid has a mansion in that head. He owns a lot of property in that head.
See, but not being in the NBA means no money for Andre Drummond, which means no funding for his rapping career.
True.
That's just crazy when enemies become teammates.
Yeah, you know? I need an interview. I need to interview both of them just responding and reacting to the tweet from 2018.
You know they're going to throw down in practice at some point.
They have to.
Oh, imagine saying that to Andre and now he's behind you. You could be like, man, how does that feel? Like you're coming off that bench. Like Andre's going to fight this man eventually.
That is hilarious. Fish, actually, we got time for like 2 facts. What you got for us today, man? People were disappointed. They called me rude for telling you we couldn't do your facts. So let's get some interesting facts.
I just enjoy the dumbass of the day. It doesn't matter to me.
I know.
Let's click a bunch of buttons.
People care about you though, Fish.
Drop some knowledge,
I care about you guys too. We go to baseball, your second favorite sport.
That's right.
By the way, championship game tomorrow. Shohei Ohtani infield single sprint speed was 30.2 feet per second.
Oh wow,
that man can move.
That guy definitely can move. And then we go to the Yankees, Maz's favorite team. He's got a bunch of them, but that's his favorite team. Luis Gil is the 8th player in Yankees history with 6+ innings pitched and 0 runs in an MLB debut, joining these names from the 90s, 30s, and a bunch from 1908, 07, and 06. So I know, Stick, you love when they go back to 1900s of baseball players.
I just love the names when you get to those 1900 names. What was that guy's name? Slow Joe Doyle?
Yeah, Slow Joe Doyle, King Brockett, Tax Newer.
Right, it's like Batty McBatterson, and, Baseball McGlovey. Like, just all those names from the old time are hilarious to me.
We have one birthday today.
Who we got?
1962, Roger Clement.
Ooh, the Rocket.
Sorry, Roger Clemens.
Yeah, the Rocket.
It is his birthday. Well, I said it wrong, so I want to.
Oh, okay.
Is there any other athlete birthdays, Fish, today?
There actually is. Joik Bell.
There it is.
It is his birthday today, and I need to go back because I didn't see him on the list. So that's the second time the site I used screwed me. They didn't have Zach Wilson yesterday. Might have to use a different site.
Yeah, have to use a different site. If they don't have Joik Bell, that is not a credited site.
Well, I didn't look. I just obviously knew it was his birthday from the network, saying
Right.
it was his birthday, but I will have to check that.
All right, Fish. Well, thank you very much for your facts. We need that traditional thumbs up from you, though, or I can't have my day. There it is.
We'll be back for tomorrow, NFL, Hall of Fame, and Canadian football opening game.
Ooh, let's
Very
go.
exciting.
Yeah, thank you guys for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show. Coming up next, 11 to 1. It's going to be a fun show. We have Easy and Terry Foster right here on the Woodward Sports Network. We will talk to you tomorrow morning.